Hello and welcome to Core, the podcast that talks about video games and does so with vigor, right? I think we'd call it vigor.
Wow, way to set the bar for everybody today, Scott.
Vigorous.
Hey, y'all better bring the vigor or you're going to be misleading people right out of the gate.
That's right. John sounds vigorous. Beau, do you feel vigorous today?
I have a vigor debuff currently.
Oh, shit. You what'd you do? You despawned and left the game and now you're being punished by the admins.
No, I didn't rest enough at the end, so my rested buff didn't apply. So I get a vigor debuff.
It's more true than you think, because Beau apparently stayed up real late playing something last night.
Yeah, it's a gamer hours debuff.
Yeah, we've all been there, done that.
And I can't. I tried to pay to have the buff removed, but it's not helping.
Just teleport to the angel lady and pay
well, usually if you have coffee, it'll clear your buffs, but I've got many stacks of the vigor buff debuff.
Nice.
So
nice.
Food buffs in real life less reliable than in video games.
Mm-hmm. I found that to be true.
Also, I have the age debuff, so it's
yeah, like you know how you get stronger and better as you progress in a video game and like an RPG.
Yeah.
It's kind of less so in real life. You sort of get.
If they were doing the simulation a little more, your characters would age. So even though as you grow in power level, you also have to like walk with a cane and shit.
Is there a game like that where they count for age? And
I mean, if all this ends up being a simulation, at some point somebody made these design choices. They were like, you know what? Let's let him get old.
I think I can't remember because I haven't played Sifu that much, but you do age in that game, and I think it does affect your capacity to do things.
Oh, right. Every run you're older, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like every level of the run, depending on how far you get.
That's right.
Age between levels. And
they show it in that.
Affect you.
Yeah, they show it in that animated short they did for those free. What was that called? Not free level, open level, free guy, open level, free guy. What was the Prime series that had all the shorts? Secret level. Shit. Free level.
I almost said Extra Life. What would that have done to you?
That would have reminded me of a comic strip I used to do and a radio show I used to do and a charity that came and stole the thunder of the name and made me feel bad for trying to fight them to keep it. That's what it would have reminded me of. There's a whole story there with Extra Life, I'm afraid. Well, anyway, we're here. We're going to talk about some stuff. Couple quick things. John and we've decided we're going to gear up for something special during the Halloween month of October.
Good thing we called our show Core. There's no one's taking that one.
No. Stay with Core. Core is very common. I don't know.
Like a whole video game called Core.
Yeah, but it's easier but no one's playing. First of all, no one's playing. Nobody's playing that game. People doing core workouts. You know what I mean? Like, we're all right.
Better numbers in the dumb Core video game.
I just felt bad because the charity thing there was no winning that. Because they wanted
to win against a charity.
Exactly, a children's charity on top of it.
They could rename their charity.
Trust me, had these conversations. The whole thing I had a whole back and forth with lawyers and everything. And at the end of it, I was like, I'm not going to go down as that guy that fought the charity for the name. Take it. I'll figure it out. And that's when I stopped caring that much. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Forget that story. John and I are going to take the Halloween month of October. As we know, All Hallows Eve happens in that month. And we are going to figure out a way to co-stream a scary video game. Now, what will that be? We're not entirely sure yet. John has ideas on what he thinks someone will donate.
Oh, shit. This is big.
Yeah.
This is big, guys.
Yeah. We haven't done this in a bit.
Traumatize Scott? It's time.
Yeah. I feel like, what's it called? F, the town. What
Silent
is it?
Hill, F.
Silent Hillif.
You got to play the scariest game, though. Is that the scariest game?
I mean, it could be multiple games, too, because we're not doing just one stream, right?
No, we're gonna tear through stuff, and if we beat a game, actually, it'd be optimal is if there was like a list of 5 games that are really scary but not terribly lengthy,
Yeah,
and then
we don't necessarily need to beat it either. As long as you get scared, people will be happy.
We could look back into what's the one where 4 of you get walkie-talkies and like flashlights and shit.
Phasmophobia.
Yeah, I mean, we could do a little of that. We could have, that means people could. Yeah, you could actually play in that. So we have ideas. We have some options. I want you guys to call in and write in and stuff and give us your ideas. But yeah, we want to make Halloween a memorable one that y'all aren't going to forget. All right, that'll be the goal. Oh, thank you.
I'll let you know in the coming week or so which days, what times, all of that.
Yeah, but we're excited about that. I think it'll be really cool. So stick around for more information. We'll have it for you. Let's get to the prevailing news of the day. If I can find my damn place in line here. Here we go. There's a few things going on. There was a Nintendo Direct. They had news about Metroid Prime 4 that now has a release date. Of all things, the Virtual Boy. We'll get to that in a second. More Fire Emblem. People are excited about that. Some kind of Pokemon crossover Animal Crossing kind of bullshit. That looked kind of cool.
Well, they're doing a game called Pokemon Pokopia.
Yeah.
Which looks like Animal Crossing, but you are kind of a nightmare-fueled Ditto that has decided to transform into a human being.
Ditto-topia, they should have called it. Why did they not do that? Let's take a look at this thing. I'm going to bring it up here. There we go. This is all the stuff they showed. Now, the big one, I think, was probably Metroid 5 or 4. Metroid Prime 4. Getting released this December. So you don't have to wait anymore if you have a Switch 1 or 2. One would hope optimized for 2. I hope so when I get it. They didn't really get into that. But that game will be out. It is confirmed to be what they're calling open world. Nobody's sure what Nintendo means when they say a common game word. So who knows what that means?
Yeah, that's true.
It could be anything, honestly. But it could be a hub thing where you drive this motorcycle, which is also confirmed. We got a motorcycle to deal with. That looked kind of cool, I guess. Everyone likes Metroid, right? Although, Beau, you've been on record about not really caring about the Prime series, right? You're not really into it.
Yeah, no, I don't really care about Switch overall. It's just not my jam. But I like the side-scrolly ones, but there's lots of Metroidvanias to play too.
Yeah.
I don't. Yes, I don't. Unless it's blowing everyone's hair away, whatever.
Not really looking forward to it.
Bonanza sounds cool, but I don't feel FOMO about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, great.
The Prime games are big fandom for the Prime games, 1 and 2 in particular. So I
bought the remaster and played a whopping 15 minutes of it.
Oh my gosh, that wasn't very much at all.
A whole 15 minutes, huh?
Yeah.
Interrupted or uninterrupted?
Uninterrupted, I believe.
Oh man. But
I'm not sure what you mean by
Beau may have undersold his state of mind for today.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Just how long you're up.
Well, I
last
haven't
night.
really talked to anybody yet, and now that I'm on the show, I realize I've made a tiny, huge mistake. It'll be fine.
Beau was up pretty late last night. We're just happy to have you. I don't care.
When I say up late, I went to bed at 7 a.m. Like, it was not.
Oh my gosh.
I got up at noon and went for a walk to get my blood circulating and ate some lunch, and now I'm here. So,
damn. Dude.
Hi.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have you here. Also, the chat makes a suggestion, John. Maybe we kick off our scary time by me finishing that one quest in Cyberpunk 2077 where I paused
That's a good idea.
to make the horror decision or not. We could do that. That'd be all right.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about it. So anyway, back to this. Did anything else jump out at anyone? Because I'm excited about Prime 4. I like Fire Emblem, so interested in that.
I like Fire Emblem. I think it's a bold choice to put Alucard from Castlevania in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a joke that everybody is making, but it looks exactly like Alucard from Symphony of the Night. I don't know how else to explain it. You know?
Yeah.
It really, at first, because I watched the trailer quietly first. I was just like watching it go by, much like what you're showing on the screen right now. And I had seen someone say, Alucard comes to Fire Emblem, and I was like, I don't know what they're talking about. And then it got to the moment that he shows up, and I went, wait, are they doing a crossover with Castlevania? Did they just straight up put Alucard in this game? What's going on?
Yeah.
So
they claim
it
no.
really does look like
they
him.
claim they're not, but there's no not denying it. Like you can't look at it and not think of the resemblance.
Where
there.
is it? It's got to be coming up.
Yeah, I
soon.
keep thinking we're
got
there.
the gameplay going. It's almost there. It's got to be almost there.
Let me see if
It's not that long of a trailer. We got people moving.
Let's see. I'll skip ahead a tiny
tactics
bit.
hitting the thing. Yeah, don't go too far.
Not too far. Okay, we got these people fighting. Okay, let's go a little further.
Alex Straza.
There he is.
Just straight up Alucard.
Oh my gosh, that's weird. What do they call him?
Nollicard.
Dimeric? Nollicard. Timu card. I don't know. Kind of a weird thing, but that looked interesting. I think that the quote-unquote Ditto Crossing game is an interesting direction for Pokemon. And people are always asking for, do more with Pokemon than what you've always done. I'm not sure this is what they were asking for. I don't actually know. I don't know what people want anymore. Do you?
I don't know. Using Pokemon to make an island. If anything, I think you'll be the one who tries this.
Yeah, probably. I don't really, I'm not a Pokemon guy necessarily, but I do like the cozy town sim.
It transfers. It's like I want to plant some crops, so you shake a Bulbasaur. I want to water the crops, so I squeeze a Squirtle.
Yeah. And look, there's fruit to shake off of trees. There's shit to do. Look at this girl.
Well, that's the thing. It's not really a girl.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a Ditto.
I don't think Dittos should take human form or mimic human form. I don't like it.
I mean, it's clearly not great at it.
No. The way it's walking around, it's like, what's the dude in Men in Black who's supposed to be
I put my hands on my head.
I love that character. But yeah, whatever. This is super cute. Maybe this will be great. I don't know what to make of it. I'm on the fence.
All right.
I'm on the fence.
All right.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Bonanza's getting DLC. You get to run around the island from Donkey Kong Country, and they have a thing called Emerald Rush, which looks like a mode that I have zero interest in.
Yeah, I don't care about that at all. Although I saw I think that's already out. You can go get that now. Yep, there it is. You can get it now. So that DLC is available. It is a purchasable thing. It is not. Nintendo ain't giving out no freebies, as evidenced by the announcement of Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 bundled,
released
nearly $80 American. If you buy them individually, you're paying like $54 each, so you do save money if you buy them together. But you can buy them digitally separately. I think that's outrageously priced. And I love those games.
It is stupidly priced, especially because I got those games. Was it for the Switch where it was part of the Mario anniversary? The limited time we can only sell this for a little bit of time.
Yeah, 3D All-Stars.
Digital Mario game. Yeah.
You have to pay that price to make up for the fact that they weren't able to launch a new shop on the Switch too.
Yeah, not really.
That's the first time for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Insanely overpriced, but these are very good games. And I would say wait for a discount, but it's not going to happen. They're more likely they would just stop selling it than discount it. So I don't know what to tell you. If you want to play these really great games, you got to pay a premium.
You got to pay to play. That's how I'd put it. They're HDified and better performance and new textures and some other stuff, but it's essentially the Galaxy gameplay that you already know and love. Arguably the best Wii games, I thought, for the Wii. I don't know. I didn't play everything on the Wii, but I felt like Galaxy 1 and 2 were bangers.
I really liked them. I got them and I was skeptical. I was like, I don't know, man. What's this going to be? Little planets, little 3D worlds. Is this going to be good?
Yeah.
And then I loved it. So.
Yeah. Well, in that vein, and this is honestly, let's talk about why they're really doing this. The next Mario movie is called the Super Mario Galaxy movie. It's themed around the Galaxy stuff. I assume that's still. I didn't actually hear the audio yet, but I assume that's still Chris Pratt doing his thing. I don't know. But
it'd be weird if it wasn't.
It'd be very weird if they changed it. But yeah, the sequel to the very successful 2023 film is going to be called the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and you're going to go to space.
All right, I'm sure it's going to be good. Weird title though. Why wouldn't you do Super Mario Bros. 2?
Well, the first one. Good question. The first one. Oh my!
Now we're not going to know which one's the first movie in the future. It's like, what order do I watch these in? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what to make
I don't
of
think
that.
It matters. I think that's the answer. It doesn't matter.
That it doesn't matter. You think that's the answer?
You think it's going to be narratively disconnected?
I mean, to a degree, right? Like, if you need to know why Mario's in Mario Land, watch the first one. If you need to know why he's in space, watch the space one.
What if I don't know which one's the first one? Because one's Galaxy movie and one's a movie.
Yeah. Where's Super Mario Brothers 3? Where's Super Mario?
People will figure it out. It's not that hard.
Where's Super Mario Brothers Advance Super Mario Brothers 2. Remember how they did that on the Game Boy Advance? They
Where's
redid
the
them.
Doki Doki Panic movie that then gets reskinned into a Super Mario Brothers 2 movie?
I'd
That's
ask
the one I want to watch.
Yeah, and I'd ask where's Birdo, but maybe he was in the movie because I still haven't seen the
What
movie.
about Super Mario Brothers?
You haven't
Wii U,
seen the...
movie?
Oh my gosh, Scott.
I know.
watch it.
I know.
Come on.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
You do a video game show, for God's sake.
I know. And you know what? I was stoked about it. When it first got announced, I was like, first in line, let's go. I want to see this Mario thing. And I just didn't do it. So
It's funny. I think the Mario movie is fine. I'll put it on for my son. I'll watch it. It's a fine time. I think it could have been a great movie, and they settled for okay.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah.
But I like the like Mario World related stuff in the movie way more than when they go to the Mushroom Kingdom. Like it opens with them being plumbers. Like Mario and Luigi just being plumbers and doing plumber things is the best part of that movie.
wow. That's when you would argue at peaks when they're being plumbers. I like it.
Yeah, it really does. Although I'll tell you, there is something in that movie that they do that I didn't think was going to disturb me, and it disturbed me immensely. Mario takes off his gloves, and you get to see Mario with regular human hands.
Oh shit, John and Hands.
I did not like that. I don't like it. It's not good. I got upset. It upset me in a way that I wasn't prepared for. I was like, boy, if ever there was a scene where I was like, you know what? It might be rude, but he should be eating that pasta with gloves on. That was it.
Yeah. I don't like that at all. That's like Carl Jim's hands levels of don't put those away. Put gloves on. Remember those things?
Gloves back on Mario.
Man. Yeah, he should always wear gloves. Don't be having no bare hands. Plumber works hard, though. You can't just put a white glove in a toilet hole, you know? You gotta...
No, but they do. They take some liberties with how plumbing works. They flood an entire bathroom and then they stop it by Mario turning one valve.
Oh. See, I need to see this movie so I know what I'm talking about. I have no idea what that
I don't
movie
think
did.
the plumbing's very realistic at all.
You don't think? They didn't go... they didn't-
Plumbers generally don't wear gloves either. It's not a thing.
No.
Not pristine white gloves either. Not the color you would want as a plumber, I would imagine.
No. I mean, maybe if you're doing some welding or something, you have welding gloves and mask and stuff like that. But yeah, no.
What do you call it when you...
Shocker.
Yeah.
It's shocking news, everybody.
Yeah, big news.
Mario plumbing is not realistic. Although, you know what would be great is if they'd make a like a shapes with a Z type game, but it's plumbing. Like you got to go into people's houses and just fix their plumbing, and like Goombas are coming out.
Oh, that's
gotta,
not...
like whack the Goombas.
That's
and
not
fix
bad.
the pipes.
Mario plumbing, I would love that.
I mean, it's...
Yes, actual like video game plumbing, not realistic, but like you start off on Earth, and then you're like, wow, you're so good. Come to the Mushroom Kingdom and fix Toad's thing. And you're like, Toad's shit is stuck in the pipe, and you gotta yank out the Toad shit and then fix the piping. You know?
Yeah.
It'd be great.
You know how you know when Toad's got a big poo?
I think there's a real open
How?
like game genre.
The way he screams. I was going to mimic it, but I don't get... Oh my gosh, that was good. That was solid. I can't produce it the way that you just did.
Yeah.
Well, anyway...
I mean, the Rainbow Road would be the last level of Mario plumbing, and it'd be so bright and crazy.
Did you guys ever play Frisky Tom in the arcade way back in the day? The game called Frisky
Sounds like
Tom.
you go to jail for that.
Well, you almost do here in the
Lou,
States.
we got another one doing a Frisky Tom in the arcade.
Yeah, somebody call an ambulance. I'll show you a little video, but basically that's what you did. You would fix pipes, and there were rats in there and other stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
And the
That's
goal of
exactly what I
fixing
mean.
the pipes was...
They decided the best name for this was Frisky
Well,
Tom.
here's why. Because it's up there where the water's dumping out. If you can get it fixed and have enough of the water go down to the bottom and save, every other level you got an interstitial cutscene with a lady in a bathtub who in Japan, I knew how to do this dip switches here in the States. My dad had one of these in his arcades. But in the States, they just gave her a bikini. But in Japan, if you filled up her, did this successfully, those cutscenes showed her bubbles going lower and lower. And so by the time you beat the game, there was a naked cartoon lady in there. And that was Frisky
this
Tom.
This was like the NES version of like a Skinamax movie.
Kind of, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm here to fix your plumbing, ma'am. My name's Tom.
Yeah. And he was
You did
called...
such a good job, Tom. I'm ready to get frisky.
And here in the States, like I say, they just had her in a bikini and, it was super whitewashed. But the Japan one, and when we would change the switches and we'd call my friend up the road, dude, come over here. We get the nude code or whatever for Frisky Tom.
Frisky Tom.
It's so dumb. Is the same company that made Crazy Climber, which probably looks familiar in this game because it's very Crazy Climber-ish. I don't think anyone's houses have this.
Imagine this with the 2025 game design, and
Oh man, can you imagine?
Just very complex. I don't think you crawl around the pipes. I envision it like you just have this puzzle before you in 3D that you sort of activate.
Oh, there she is. That's her. But this is the
That's her.
American one, so she's got the bikini on. But is in the Japan one, eventually you see boobies and a little bit of the old vagine.
Gamers need rewards, right? That's how you keep playing. Yeah.
Incentives
Yep.
for coins.
That's right. We also, what else did we hear about? Let's talk about the Virtual Boy stuff for a second.
Yes, I want to ask about this.
This is pretty weird. So
is it just the Virtual Boy? Like, what is going on?
No. So it's games. Well, John, break down what games it's coming with and how it's actually used, because it's kind of stupid, if you ask me.
Okay, so Nintendo's, they have their classics thing where if you have their internet subscription, you can tack on this thing where you can gain access to classic games. And they are going to be putting Virtual Boy games on there, but there is a peripheral that they are releasing with it that is a model of what the Virtual Boy used to look like that you can drop your Nintendo Switch into that will actually emulate the Virtual Boy.
Right.
And actually turn it into, a modern day version of the Virtual Boy. So that's $100. I just want to say.
Wow.
So they're not doing anything new? I kind of thought, I didn't watch it. I just kind of heard some jokes about it, and I was like, I wonder if are they doing something in VR? And I just assumed it was going to be bad, so I didn't look into it.
It's all classic.
And, well, you've confirmed it. It's just old games.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
great.
is part of their
Awesome.
classics editions. They're just putting this, for some reason they think putting in their biggest failure and a collection of games for it is somehow a triumph, is a really weird thing to me.
I don't know. People are talking about it. I bet this thing sells.
Yes, the people do like their nostalgia, and Nintendo. This is again another product in that line of like Memba berries, like
Yeah, but no one owned one.
Boy?
No one had this. It was sold like
maybe
shit.
some people did. Maybe some people missed it. Maybe some people really want to get into VR, and $100 is all they got. Like I don't. I just feel like people are they I think this will do well for them. It's not going to be a big international success in modernization of gaming or whatever, but it's like, but it's just, it does look crappy. Even that, it was crappy then, and I think it's still crappy now. I don't know.
I want to add, again, Nintendo, a company famous for at one point going, "Hey guys, you ever heard about cardboard?" Well, apparently that branch of the company is still very busy because there is going to be a cardboard model of the Virtual Boy.
Yep.
And it's $25.
Yeah.
They're probably just trying to sue Meta. They're like, we came up with the VR first. And
It'd be
on the patent to headsets or something.
It'd be really funny as if John made me think of this, as if their real goal is to try to sell cardboard for $25.
Oh my
So
God.
what you do is you release this $100 thing and you really beef it up, but then you say, "Oh, there's this alternative," and then they're back there laughing, going, "We made him spend $25 on cardboard."
We're finally moving that cardboard, boys.
And
They said it wouldn't be done when we accidentally bought millions of units of cardboard.
yeah,
but
it costs us like
Nintendo is
4
making
cents
it work.
4 cents a set, and they're buying it for $25. Yeah, I don't
Is there
know.
anything that makes you feel more like bad about yourself than wearing a cardboard version of something? like I got VR too, and your VR is like a crummy cardboard set. Like they did that for a little while when Google was trying to do Google Cardboard.
Yeah, what was that called? Just
I
called
could just
Google
never do it.
Cardboard.
I think it was called Google Cardboard. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, you can use your phone and do some VR. I'm like,
Yeah, wasn't great.
it's like saying like I have food too. I go to the food bank. Oh,
Yeah, but in
like,
this
it's just-
case,
it's not a
if-
great situation. Like,
In this case,
feel
you can
bad
play
about
these games entirely without the hardware. That was not true when the real Virtual Boy existed. So
Sure.
the best,
Sure.
I
And
keep
it was-
saying Virtua, it's virtual. I'm thinking Sega here, but anyway, so now you can play that really excellent. It may be all red and ugly, but that excellent Wario Land game that's on this and it's coming as part of this. That game's freaking fantastic, and it was a shame it was trapped in that device. So now there's a chance to play it, even though I think playing an all-red game on your 2D screen is freaking weird.
You guys know how I feel, Scott, about black and white games. Red and white doesn't change much.
No.
I think this is really just shameful. Like, it's the best we could do back then. Okay, no regrets. But like, I just wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like this is don't bother. But someone's going to be interested in it, but not
it
me.
feels like a meme announcement, and they will get about as much traction as the Labo stuff did, and the Mario Kart cars that would race around your house, and you could video it and control it with your phone or with your Switch and all those things. No one's talking about those anymore, but they'll be talking about them enough initially that it'll have whatever intended impact it has. They'll sell a handful of these fakey, remake the thing.
It might make a kid or two happy. Fun diversion for the kid. $100 isn't as much as it used to be. So
yeah,
I don't know. It might be something neat to try out, but it's just not exciting. So when I saw a picture of that headset where they put the Switch in, and I was like, oh, what are they doing? And then I promptly forgot about it. But it seemed like they were doing something like, we got VR too, and it's like, oh.
No, that thing just sits on the table, doesn't move. You got to use it like, what does it remind me of?
Oh, it doesn't even strap to your head.
No,
it sits on a table. You lean your head into it.
Oh my God.
Just like the old one.
Just nuke it for more.
Just like the old one. There's no move. It doesn't take advantage of the movement control on the thing or any of that stuff. The carbon one maybe, but the games that they're not making new games for this. These are just, hey, remember this? Here are these old ass, probably 16-bit at the time games. They just have employees they need to keep employed.
Like the Virtual Boy,
this is so bad.
The Virtual Boy spontaneously combusted so that the Meta Quest and modern VR could drown.
That's right.
That's a legacy of failure. Got it. Okay,
sure. I mean, Nintendo had so many hits with hardware, but the Wii U, and I don't know what else. Their deal with PlayStation falling apart. Those are probably their three biggest known failures.
The Nintendo PlayStation. Remember how excited everybody was when someone found a Nintendo PlayStation?
Yeah. There's like two in existence. A couple of prototypes. And the one I saw on eBay that went for so much money, that one was all yellowed up and stuff. It's old plastic. It looks like ass, but I would love to have one. Even if it never turned on, that'd be a cool thing to have. Or I'd sell it because they're worth a lot of money. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make a little cash. Cachet. Well, anyway, there's your look at most of it. The rest of it is like, there is one important thing.
There was one more thing, we made it its own news story because it's such a big deal to me, at least.
Yeah, we may as well talk about it. The Hades is hitting 1.0, and it's happening September 25th on two platforms, Switch 2 and PC, where we already have it. None of the other consoles, they have a timed release on those. So they made some deal with Nintendo, but the Steam version and Epic version of the game are still what they are. They're already out in early access. That early access ends on the 27th of this month, and you can play 25th, and you can play finally 1.0 of Hades, and I will be doing that day because I have resisted until now. I think John has as well. So have you,
I will be too, but my God, is next week crazy for video games.
Yeah.
Have you seen what all's coming out next week?
Yeah, it's bananas. All of it. Everything's coming. It feels like the last hurrah of the year almost because, I don't know, October's usually kind of quiet. But then October's not that quiet. What are you
talking about? Bloodlines? Bloodlines, I think that's October, but apparently it's probably not that good, actually, but it's a big release.
Video games next week. Let's just get a list here.
Video games next week.
Well, yeah, were we talking about next week or are we talking about October? Because next week, I'll tell you.
Let's just
Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is next week.
That's right.
Which I know some people aren't going to be excited for. It was gifted to me. I was excited for it, but you know what is exciting? That game is getting reviewed super well. In fact, that game is getting reviews that are better than Mario Kart.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but somebody forgot about the 3-host rule here on the podcast, and that's fine.
You didn't.
Look
you
who's
didn't get that one.
Taking a trip to the 3-host well.
No, didn't. Haven't seen that at all. But anyway, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is the 25th.
You've got Silent Hill F.
Yeah. Dying Light, The Beast. Oh, that's already out. 18th.
That came out. That was this week. That's
Hades 2, as we mentioned. Easy Delivery Company. I picked that up last night.
I thought Final Fantasy Tactics was, but that's actually the week after. So that was another one that I thought. Hades 2 is another really big one.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And you've got Tactics got gifted to you as well, I think.
It did. Yeah.
Interesting. 3 hosts.
Honestly, easy week for me. I think you guys are going to suffer, but I think I'm okay.
You're going to do all right? Or none of the
nothing interesting coming out next week for me.
Well, this was your week. This was your week.
Yeah, this is your big week. Although
last week.
What do you? Is there anything for the rest of the year, Beau, that you would be like?
Borderlands.
Yeah. Is there anything?
Well, Borderlands is a big one. Yeah.
Is there anything Beau's looking forward to between October and December of this year that you're like, whoa, can't wait?
Bed.
Still,
Besides
bed. Yeah.
Besides bedtime, let me look at my wish list.
Bed
This
2.0.
year, though,
Yeah.
not really, to be honest with you. Even like Borderlands, I'm looking forward to, but it's not blow my hair away. Looking forward to. There's no big ones on the horizon for me. Like, there's lots that are not announced, like the Expanse game. Yeah. Dispatch looks interesting. Like, there's stuff that looks interesting. There's lots to play, but if it misses me, it misses me. Like, I can't feel FOMO about every goddamn game that comes out. There's just way too many. So I've become a lot more strict or disciplined, let's say, in my letting myself feel like I need to play things, even though I know we do a video game show, but still, it's insane. Yeah, no, nothing really, honestly.
What about that? There's another one of these jump, like the one you're playing now, Void Space, but another one.
Yeah, Jump Space. Well, I hit some hype this week, and I'm sure it's great, but,
came out today, I think.
Like, where I'm like, I have to play it. I have to make time to play it. It's like, no. Currently, it's for me, it's making time to play the games I already like Nighttreign, and Raven's Watch had a big update. Like, I'm all about the games that are already out in many ways. It's not so much the games that are coming out. So it's got to be really good. I had my big releases this year. Doom was a big one for me. I think one of the biggest ones, and Hades is a big one.
Yeah.
And it's always fun when a game comes out, and then you're like, damn, I really like it. But those two, I think, were the big ones this year. There was another one that turned out not to be that interesting. I can't remember which one it was, but I thought I'd play it a lot, and it kind of...
Yeah, what was that? There was something... We talked about this.
I know Nighttreign was one that I didn't expect to love, and I loved it to bits. Probably my game of the year. I think we're going to talk about it a little later, but Silksong is pretty good, actually. So...
Beau's most anticipated for this year was Valheim 1.0, Falling Frontier, and Dune Awakening.
Oh, Dune Awakening.
Oh, yeah, Dune. That's the one. Yeah,
that's
it just didn't hit for me.
Dune and the latest Civ game. Oh, someone in the chat just said Civ 7 and Dune. Yeah, those two are I think Civ 7 was pretty high on my list, and now I'm just like, am I even going to play?
It came out, and I'm like, actually, it's kind of surprising. Like, for me, it's like, I'm really hyped for this game. It comes out, and I'm like, whatever. And then a game I don't expect, I fall in love with, and that's just kind of how it goes for me. So
yeah.
Scott, do you want to know what your most anticipated for this year was going to be?
Can I?
While I have it up,
can I guess? I want to guess because I think I remember. I think it was Expedition.
I'll say you gave 4, even though there were 3.
I think I gave Expedition 33 high marks for what I expected or what I wanted. And then there's 3 others you say that I put on there?
Yeah.
Let me guess. Expedition 33, probably Shapes, I thought was coming out this year.
Nope, not on your list.
Oh, gosh, I don't remember the rest.
Okay, Scott, your most anticipated for 2025 was... you gave an honorable mention to Claire Obscure Expedition 33, but you said you didn't think it was going to come out this year.
Oh, I think I maybe thought, yeah.
And then you said your 3 that you were excited for that you thought would come out was Civilization 7, Avowed, and The Outer Worlds 2.
Outer Worlds 2 is in October, so we'll soon, or is it November? Whenever it is. We'll soon know on that if my anticipation has been met. And then I need to get back to it, but Avowed is awesome. Yeah. This year is full of games, many games.
This is a phenomenal year for games.
Yeah. Like
my list was I also did 4. I pulled a Scott.
Yeah.
I said Grand Theft Auto 6, but then I said, which I don't think will come out in 2025. Called it. And then number 3 was Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Hey, I played and liked that game, but a lot more came out that I liked more. Doom the Dark Ages, I played and didn't much care for that game. And Civilization 7, which I played and didn't much care for.
I need to check in on it. I'm sure it's been improved since then.
Disappointed a little bit by my most anticipated.
Don't you think Civ 7's got to be in better shape by now, right? Somebody's done something.
I played it a couple months ago, I think, and then it was like, it's still not there.
Okay.
For me, at least.
All right.
You know, it's hitting 1.0 this year that I'm looking forward to.
Hold on. 1.0. We got the Hades. You got your...
Hades is on the list, but there's another one, too, that's coming out soon that I'm going to play the crap out of when it hits 1.0.
1.0.
I'll narrow it down for you. City Builder.
Oh, the one from the Dark Rain, or the Dark Rain.
I think you're right, even though I'm reading your mind.
The guys that did the
Crate
Crate Entertainment, exactly, and it's the game called
Grim Dawn.
Grim Dawn's that game, but the new game is called Foundational Farm Fancy.
No, Farthest
Features.
It's in our chat, Scott.
Farthest Foundations.
Frontier.
Farthest Frontier. Shit. Gosh, dang it.
Yeah, that's it. They put out a post in August saying we're less than 2 months away from 1.0. And I'm like, bring it, baby, bring it. Get that game out.
Yeah, that I didn't realize that was that close. I didn't know that one was hitting it soon. That's exciting.
Again, it's hard to talk about it on the show because there's nothing hype worthy to talk about it. You know, it's the game's released. It's been out. It's been out for a couple of years in terms of early access. 2022, right? Or almost 2026. But I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for the fully featured launch of this incredible game, and it's coming.
Nice. I'm excited.
Anyways, yeah. So all that to say, it's just not the kind of gamer I am in terms of I got to play everything that's new all the time. You know, there's a lot. It's a lot to take in, and I'm busy trying to learn every word of Gek in No Man's Sky right now.
Have you ever?
That Gek.
I was actually going to ask you guys if any of you have ever done that, learn one of the languages of one of the species entirely in the game.
I kind of have an ambition,
but I can understand most at the moment.
Okay. I have, but on average, about 450 words in each of the races right now.
Yeah,
and I'm having ambitions of hitting all the milestones. I kind of want to 100% everything in the milestone book.
That'd be amazing.
It seems to have fairly reasonable, it seems like a fairly reasonable game to 100%. Because I have not been trying, and I'm at 81% on No Man's Sky.
Oh my gosh. On this run?
It seems achievable. Right now, I am currently missing attain Discoverer status in a space exploration, attain Robust status in Extreme Survival, attain Everlasting status in Extreme Survival, reach the center of the galaxy in Survival mode, and reach the center of the galaxy in Permadeath mode.
Wow.
Those seem doable. Not impossible. Just maybe a little time consuming.
Yeah, are you talking about the Steam achievements or the in-game?
Oh, yeah, the Steam achievements.
Okay, yeah, because they actually have a whole to-do list in the client itself.
Yeah, the milestones, right?
What I'm maxing out. Yeah, the whole milestone book and getting all the recipes and seeing everything. But I don't know if I'd do this game on permadeath or survival. Maybe I wasn't really thinking along the lines of the Steam achievements, more the in-game milestone journal that you get.
I don't know how people look at this or not, if they frown on this, but you can go pretty maxed out. And then if you've got a few of those achievements left that involve permadeath mode or some extreme difficulty thing, you can just swap difficulties and do them real quick. Try not to die. Live.
I think for the center of the galaxy one, because the quest line fast forwards you there, you don't have to fly there manually, which is a big endeavor.
Yeah.
Unless you get a cheat. I guess you can get a cheat code if somebody posts their world code, so you can teleport there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the idea would be you start a fresh character in permadeath mode and do it the whole way.
I don't know. Some of those probably do lock you out unless you do the exact steps from beginning to end. But yeah,
I don't know. Maybe not. It's But yeah, I wasn't really. Most of the time, you think along the lines of Steam achievements, but I'm just thinking of the in-game.
All right.
I feel like survival mode in that game is like silly, or not survival, but permadeath.
Permadeath.
It's a silly game to.
Why? Why do you think?
Because it's just you're gonna die to inattention. That's the way you're gonna die. There's no like. Obviously it's a challenge.
Right.
I'm just saying it's not an interesting one. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Fair point.
To me, not interesting for me.
Yeah,
I think it's just like I'm going to die to inattention. Everything's going to take way longer, and I get up JPEG and Steam. Awesome.
And John, I think that your Steam achievements are a coagulation of all your playthroughs from 2016 and forward, right?
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So if you're trying to 100% that, you're close. Holy crap.
Wait, what were your most anticipated, John? Did you say it?
Yeah, I did.
What were the...
Was Civ 7, Doom Dark Ages, Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, and then I said Grand Theft Auto, but
That's
it wasn't
right.
going to come out.
And you were right.
Oh, well, you
that.
got served two of them pretty hard. I don't know if you played a lot of Civ 7, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, but I didn't like Civ 7 very much, and I didn't like Doom the Dark Ages very much. So.
Well, you found another game to like a lot, so you came out on top.
I did. I ended up look, this has been a phenomenal year. It is going to be very hard for me to pick 10 games that I like the best this year.
Yeah.
Actually, we usually only do 5. I would still have a hard time picking 10, and 5 seems impossible, so...
Seems like a lot.
Incredibly good year for games.
Well, the good news is, if you're going to take anything away from this, is that Hades 2 comes out on the 27th. That's the good news.
It's
25th.
25th. I keep saying 27th. Why? Why am I doing that? I don't know why I like that date. It's effed up. Oh, I know
It's
why.
my mom's birthday.
It's your mom's birthday. That's it.
Yeah,
I knew there was
you
a
go.
reason. That all makes sense. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Ooh, it looks like there's a lot of snow, John. You'll be excited about the snow levels in Hades.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, moving on. Randy Pitchford doing Randy Pitchford things. Continues to be a magical, clueless clown in an ugly suit.
Thank you for just reading it as I wrote it.
I like it. I couldn't let that go. I had to read it. Anyway, it's less of a big deal this very moment, but when it was first being talked about, people were on fire about this. He basically said, here's an exact quote, people complaining about performance issues and crashes and bugs and stuff. Says, quote, my advice to users is to accept reality and tune or to not play, meaning tune your system to do, AI-based frame interpolation, various other things he recommended. And at the end of this, he said, quote, get a refund from Steam if you don't want to do it. So...
all while they are putting out patches to the game to improve performance.
Yeah, and he kind of walked it back, but I don't know.
Here's the thing. Randy Pitchford, he's such a friggin' doofus, man. Like, it's a real model. Like, the game comes out. The people who can play it seem to be enjoying it, seem to be having a good time. He's been talking it up. I'd pay $1 billion zillion for it. He's been doing his thing. And at a time when his company should be running victory laps, you have a bunch of workers. Randy Pitchford didn't make this game.
No.
His team did.
Yeah.
This dipshit gets out there and decides, instead of just going, yeah, we're sorry to hear that some people are not having the best experience on the game. We're going to see what we can do. In the meantime, adjust your settings, do what you got to do to enjoy the game. We think you'll really like it. And, we'll do our best for you. That's all he had to do.
Yeah.
Instead, he makes his entire team that he's the figurehead for look like a bunch of idiots by getting out there and going, no, it's the children who are wrong. And he's just a clown that constantly puts himself and his opinions up at the detriment of everyone around him. And it's a shame.
Yeah. It's kind of exhausting. I knew it was coming too.
It's an ego thing, because apparently I know one of the things he said, because I've been following the story when I see a video of it. It's like, not only is it like hard and pushes the advancements of technology, it's like it has Unreal Engine 5. It's got a new engine, so get a better graphics card. and Tim Sweeney was out here saying like, if UE5, it wasn't like directed at Randy. It was just like a disconnected comment that was clearly about the Borderlands situation, but not at all about Borderlands. It was like, you can't just blame the Unreal Engine 5 for your game not performing well. It's designed to run well. It's like most of these companies don't optimize their games before they're out the door, and they blame us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's what Randy's doing. Randy's just like, hey, it's a high technology, get a better graphics card. It's like, I'm pretty sure your game needs work, and that's fine. All you got to, because many games don't come out now. It's normal. People expect, patch day coming, fix things. And John's right. Like, it's literally like, even if you didn't go to like PR school or you're super corpo, it's just like, you're just an indie developer. Oh, hey guys, sorry to hear it's not running. I'm working on it. Sorry. That sucks. Like, if you're not happy, get a refund. You can say that. But like, but you could also say, just hang in there. I'm going to try and fix as much as I can. I don't know.
It's just messaging that I don't like. And some people say, "Oh, I think it's good. There's too many entitled babies out there. We need more Randy Pitchfords." No, we don't.
No, and look, I saw it too. Yeah. There were people in our Discord that were like, it's maybe people need to hear some hard truths, and it's like, you know what? Maybe they do from other people. You know who they don't need to hear it from? The head of the company selling the product,
who can't even pronounce it right.
It's his job to be a representative of that, and it's his job to represent the team, and he should be held to a different standard.
Yep.
If Beau is out there going like, I ran fine for me, you all should change your settings and, fucking stop belly aching. Like, okay, that's from Beau. That's from a Canadian dude on a video game show. He's not somebody representing the team.
Or the company.
People would still be irritated at me anyways.
They still would be. But you know what? Like, there is a difference between like somebody random telling you and somebody who's supposed to be a representative of the works of many people telling you.
Yeah.
And I think he's just a clown. I put it in there like, he's just the definition of a clown.
That's why I said in our Discord, I was just like, ignore Randy. Like, he's saying all this shit about the game, and I'm like, if you just pretend Randy doesn't exist and look at the behavior of the game, within 2 or 3 days, there was 2 patches. I did a driver update, which I'm like any other release that's having some trouble, where they're doing a good job, you would read, oh, they're paying attention to their game and fixing it. It wasn't great on launch. Shocking. It's like this has happened 10,000 times. I can assure people, if you're new to gaming, don't worry. If the developers are showing a tendency to patch the game, this is a good sign. Even if there was zero communication, that means they're aware there's problems and they're doing something about it. So Randy could just say, it's 0 things, and it would be fantastic. He doesn't need to say anything.
No, he doesn't need to say a thing. All of their games have had problems at launch. Every Borderlands game. The first Borderlands game was a mess on PC when it came there. 2 had issues at launch. 3 had tons of issues at launch, and that Tiny Tina roll the dice deal had issues at launch. All of them do. It's okay, and it's fine.
Look, Randy Pitchford's a patron, so I hope he's paying attention.
I saw
we can call you a doofus, but we're happy to have you support the show.
Oh yeah, clearly he likes it.
This is constructive criticism. Maybe it's a bit harsh, but honestly, I think social media has broken a lot of boomer brains at this point, and that's sort of, I think, Randy, you need to like uninstall Twitter for a while and uninstall this kind of stuff and just play some games for a few months and see how you feel.
Yeah, step away, Randy. Learn a new magic trick. Learn the secrets of a female orgasm. But
there are plenty of
you do, stay off Twitter.
Yeah, there are plenty of imperfect people, not on social media, who we buy their products and are none the wiser. And I just don't. I think even just. I just don't think the world needs this. Forget about the PR side of it. You're just like arguing about your game's performance for no reason when you could be, I don't know, you have a kid, like play some Zelda with them or something. I don't know, like go buy a yacht company like Gabe. You don't see Gabe up on Twitter being like, Steam's great, shut up guys, just
no, he doesn't.
Yeah,
you're right about that.
So that's just my friend. That's the more friendly version of advice, but you can take John's advice too and be less of a doofus. I think that's valid.
Yeah, and also, learn how to pronounce your own damn game series. It's not Borderlands, all right? Put an O in there.
You know what? The worst part is we're going to talk about it because I want to save. So the game's good. Game's good.
Yeah.
You've got talented people working at Gearbox. They release something that's a Borderlands game. A Borderlands game, I'm sorry to report, is never going to be I need to get a new graphics card game. Even if it is, no one will just accept that. So, it's still a great game. I hope it sells well. I think it has. And just chill out.
I'm curious to see how it performs for both of you, performance-wise, because I'm hearing a lot of mixed signals. Some people
I
are
had
like,
problems.
I have a cutting-edge PC with everything possible in it. I got secret NVIDIA GPUs no one's even heard of, and I can't run it. I'm like,
Well, there's a conversation to be had about future bloat when it comes to NVIDIA pumping out their cards, because I watched this. There was a story this week on Bellular where they talk about Battlefield 6's good reception. Yeah. And one of the things they did there was they said F ray tracing. There's no ray tracing.
Good.
Because their design philosophy from the beginning is like, we want this to run on as many machines as possible. We want it to look dope. But if we have all these features, like you have to run at 4K with DLSS, all this stuff, people can't play it. You're just shrinking your customer base. And, I was complaining like the last 4 or 5 AAA games have launched at 4K with frame gen on by default detecting my video card. And I'm like, I've got a 1080p screen and a 3060. Like, can you not detect these things and surmise that I do not want to run anything at 4K and then not benefit from it? What is wrong with you guys? And I think they're making right now this assumption that for their game to be good, a good superior product, it's got to run at like overclock stats and then make up for the performance loss with frame gens and stuff like that. And it's like, stop that.
yeah,
Just please stop that. And Battlefield, the AAA company that's decided to do it and has seen a lot of success and comp praise apparently for the direction and performance of its game. So that's a lesson for Borderlands. Like, it's cell shaded. Make it an Unreal Engine 2 for fuck's sakes. As long as it's fun, I don't care. Like, it's
sure.
Sorry. Yeah. Anyways,
What did they do before? Was it their own engine, internal thing that they used before?
I think it was another Unreal, because they were on Epic exclusively for 3.
Okay.
1 and 2, I'm not sure. I couldn't speak to 1
Okay.
and 2,
But 3 was like probably Unreal 4 or something like that.
yeah.
Well, anyway, there's that. Beau, you watched the MetaConnect thing. How'd that all go?
Well, I barely watched it. I did watch a summary. There's not much to report, but I just wanted to say that, like, it was so embarrassing. I watched it because of the VR headset, right? I don't care about the social media stuff. We're not a tech show reporting on tech news. I was just like, tell me the VR shit, right? Mm-hmm. And I started watching it, and it was so cringy, like right from the jump, as expected. Well, I don't know what else I expected, but they got to this part where they're showing off their AI shit, and he's talking to a guy on a Zoom call or something, and the guy on the call is like, I'm going to make a Korean barbecue sauce from scratch, and this AI is going to teach me how to do it. And the AI messed up so bad, and then the guy and was not doing it. And then that's the picture of the guy. The guy was like, I think there's a problem with the Wi-Fi. We'll have to postpone it. Like a kerfuffle at one of these, like Musk shooting the Cybertruck window and it exploding. But he blamed the Wi-Fi, and then Zuck goes, man, we got all this high-tech technology. At the end of the day, it's the Wi-Fi that messes us up. And he's like, no, your AI sucks. That was the hugest embarrassment. Everybody knows it. And, of course, the paid actors in the audience are laughing at his joke. But I had to turn it off. The point was not that it was so bad you need to watch this. You could skip it. The thing I want to report is I was like, this was so cringy and so terrible. I just can't watch. I just had to shut it off. I was so like just perturbed by how sycophantic the audience and vibe was of the whole thing, and that they're just talking about this AI crap. I'm like, I guess I'm not going to find out the VR news. I don't care. And turns out there's none.
They didn't give any. It's almost like
that's not true. The one VR news is that since they're like, people love watching. It's like he listens to Core, I think. So hi, Mark.
No. Maybe Mark Zuckerberg's the next patron we can make fun of.
yeah.
So it is like it, because he's like, I watch. He's like, I watch a lot of TV and video. There's great offerings. So they had James Cameron on apparently, and he let something leak too about they're talking about sports UIs, but they're going to start doing broadcast television as an emphasis. And I'm like, good. That's probably the good direction to go.
Sure.
There's probably unique experiences only in a headset that might actually get traction with people. So they're doing Horizon TV is a big thing they're coming up with now, and I think Disney Plus is going to be on there and stuff like that. Although I guess no one's allowed. We're canceling Disney Plus this week, but anyways, we're not going to bring that up.
No, you did, but we don't need to.
Yeah, but there'll be stuff on there to watch if you want to watch VR shit. Anyway, that was the only semi-interesting thing going on. But it was so cringeworthy, and that's all. I just want to report.
Great.
It was terrible.
VR's kicking ass and taking name. No, I hadn't actually even heard about this event. I didn't know it had gone so bad with this tech demo. I had no idea.
It was just so cringy. Like, I'm usually apologetic. So I'm like, they make affordable headsets. He's a big champion for VR. I don't like the company, and I'm not a big fan of Mark, but I'm like, he's in our corner. VR. There's dozens of us. And it was just so bad. It's just so heartbreaking because now I'm just like, man, I don't want to be associated with the,
Well,
it's just so bad.
Let me ask you this: most of this demonstration was to show off their AR stuff. Did they do anything with VR hardware at all? Like, did they show?
Well, they have like the glasses. I mean, basically, it was the Google Glass show.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's all AR shit. It's not any VR shit, as far as I know.
Yeah. So like they're like. Now you can read your text message and Instagram post without breaking eye contact with the person you're doing it. And they have an armband, so you don't have to talk to your glasses. You wear this armband and it reads your wrist movements, and it does things in your phone. Insert masturbation.
Well, good. That's what we need. Yeah.
But but yeah, no. Maybe that's cool tech that it can read. I mean, we have blood sugar readers and heart monitors and stuff, so it's not that. I didn't find it that mind-blowing, but they were like, it can read your mind because of a bracelet. Yeah. That I guess, your nerve impulses, it can detect micro intentions, and maybe it's impressive, but I just, the glasses thing, when people know that you're wearing like glasses that can dox you, like, that's not a sales pitch that I'm into, right? I'm not like, cool, I got the doxing glasses, like people will eventually realize that like they'll feel spied on instead of I just want to socialize with people normally. Like until like there's something cool about it, then I'm like, man, I got to get me some of those. Like I have a phone, I've got a, they don't have one, but Fitbits are pretty cool. Like there's cool tech, obviously, but FBI doxing glasses, like, do I really want that? Like, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm not convinced that
your whole family sits around the table. Now remember, no glasses at the dinner table.
That's
everybody.
right.
Take your glasses
off.
The government can see us having dinner, so please put the government away while we're having dinner.
Yeah, because there's already that sense that we're being listened to on our phones all the time. Most people...
I mean, Snowden was a thing, right? And Mark Zuckerberg's at the White House every second week. Not bringing up politics. It's just a known fact that online stuff can be monitored, right? Stuff can be accessed. So it's a little uncomfortable if you're like, well, the government of Canada is enjoying poutine with us today. Say hi to Mark Carney.
Well, those guys all got invited. Him and what's his name, OpenAI guy, and all these tech dudes. I think Tim Cook. All of them got invited to this stuff they're doing over in Britain right now. The hosting of the administration.
Oh, and in England too now. Because I know there was a dinner recently where they were. Apple and Facebook were competing about which bullshit number to give about how many billions of dollars they're investing.
Yeah, and then they came back like the very next week. They all got invited to this other thing. I mean, it's clear that stuff's I don't know what that stuff is, but
look, it's not just to be conspiracy theorists. I mean, we know that it's been in the tech news forever that the FBI has been asking for backdoor access to Apple, and staying ahead of that race has been like a thing between tech companies and law enforcement. And, with what's going on around the world, like, that's going to be probably a new reality. People want to prosecute criminals, and the investigative arms need access on some level to do this stuff. They're not going to leave it alone now that the cat's out of the bag on this shit. So, anyways, doxing glasses doesn't sound really appealing in this climate. It was all just like such a awful presentation.
Do you think the FBI or the NSA or SSS or SAS in Europe or anybody else do?
The ass.
The ass
is after you.
Do you think any of them know that I named my town Chode County in my stream last night? You think so?
They do now. Did you
I operate.
While a phone was nearby.
Yeah.
I operate that like there's so much data. They're not looking at you, but it's probably available. So yes, like when Core gets called up to testify in front of the government of Canada about how safe of a podcast it is,
Great.
Just at a hearing, they might be aware of everything you've called Chode County. They're like, did you
use the term Chode County?
Chode? Yeah.
Did you rename one of the ladies walking around? What did I call her? Turd.
Fartington McFartface or something.
No, it was like
that.
Fart Pickler 2000, I think is what I named her.
Yeah.
And I had somebody in the chat go, can we please name some of the men in this town? And I said, yes. And so I immediately went and named another guy like Nard Grabber Jr. I don't know what I did. I like doing that. Yeah. If one day that's illegal, come and get me.
You go to jail.
That's
Johnson.
Right. It's all right. All right. Well, the meta thing sucked. John, Sega's back doing what Ninten-Don't. Tell me what they're doing. What are they up to?
Sega decided to go old school with its advertisements for the new Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and they created a throwback trailer to the old days where, the original Sega does what Nintendo don't, back when they compared Sonic the Hedgehog running real fast to Super Mario Kart on the SNES. Mm-hmm. Now they're comparing Sonic Cross Worlds Racing Championship Deluxe to the new Mario Kart and being like, hey, this is the racing game for you.
That's great. I love it. And it's even
game.
Just like the old ad. The old ad is just like this.
It is. They've strapped the TV to the old van. Like, it is 100% a throwback.
That's great.
To that.
I think that's freaking great. I have no problem with this. I say, they're a publisher on Nintendo's platform now. They may as well have some fun with it while they can. I don't know that. Do you think Nintendo gives a shit? Maybe they don't care. I don't know.
They'll probably sue them.
No, they're probably mad. I think
have to.
I think part of this friendly ribbing is a little unfriendly ribbing because it's like Nintendo will take it out of proportion. Like, it's just friendly ribbing. They're like, oh, those Sega guys,
they're doing it again. They're getting us.
They're ripping off. We invented racing games.
Let's patent wheels.
Yeah.
Anybody that uses wheels.
Yep.
You pay Nintendo for it.
Yep. They what was I going to say? I was going to say this is coming to Switch, but it's not unlocking early there. They made a point of saying that in their post, which I think is funny. But yeah, the Switch 2 players are going to be able to get this game. You can go play. Speaking of classic games, they have this huge Genesis lineup as part of the online thing that you can go play over there. So it's not like they're not in bed with them.
The relationship is fine. It's leaning into nostalgia and the old console wars that are over and we can have fun about instead of the new ones, which are taken too seriously.
Yeah, it's. Was it?
You think they had to clear the ad with Nintendo first, since it's going to be on Switch? They were like, "We're going to bring this back. Or can you be cool about it?"
Maybe
they're like, "We'll be cool about it."
Yeah.
Or do you think if they didn't ask and they got to send somebody to go have their pinky cut off for the Dishonor?
I don't know. I just love the idea of approaching it in the form of "Can you be cool about it?" Not "Will you be cool about it?" Can you please just be cool about it?
Can you possibly be cool about it? Is what they're asking.
Yeah, that's how I feel like I'd open up any sensitive conversation of this nature with Nintendo. It's like, look, I'm making a game about a plumber. Can you be cool about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're getting so weird about stuff. They're trying to patent, what is it? Like Pal World's all on the target again because they're saying that mods don't count as prior work and there's all sorts of shit.
I was going to say Nintendo apparently successfully patented creatures fighting on behalf of someone who summoned them, which who knows what can of worms that's gonna.
Yeah, look out, Blizzard Warlocks! You're screwed now. Where'd you get your
Nintendo's coming for you? You're
Square is screwed.
Square's screwed. Everybody's
Final
screwed.
Fantasy is done. Dungeons and Dragons is done.
It's effed. Yeah. It's so effed. It won't hold up in court. The problem is they just keep picking on this small team that makes a fun game people like, and I kind of hate that.
I think that's the issue. Is just they're kind of being bullies about it. If it was like Nintendo and Sony and they were just batting it out, okay.
Yeah, who cares then? But they're going after this small team with a small base, and it's because they can't defend themselves in the same way Sony or somebody else could, and that's why they're not going after other games that make more sense.
The game hit close to home. It's not the first time we've seen that in gaming. How many Doom clones? How many WoW clones?
Oh yeah!
Can you imagine if Blizzard sued like Rift and every other person that was like making a game that's like World of Warcraft? Like, it'd be ridiculous.
Wasn't there a thing about the question mark / exclamation point over their heads? There was some
probably.
there was something like that going around. There's a whole other Blizzard story we didn't put in here. They're getting accused of using AI art in some Overwatch material, and they claim they haven't. And the only reason I bring this up is I believe Blizzard, if they say they didn't, I don't think they did. Generally speaking, I think that they are pretty great that way. But this is my biggest beef with AI-generated art, audio, voices, imagery, video, all that stuff, is that false positives are almost worse. Because now everybody can blame it on AI. Like if you see some atrocity and nobody wants to take account for it, you can go, well, that was AI, that was manipulated.
And if you're the artist, you'd probably be kind of, it wouldn't feel nice to have someone
be pissed.
Like, oh, great, my art is the one that everybody mistakes for AI generation.
Yeah, that's my least, maybe one of, if not my least favorite thing about this stuff is the ability to deny it and the ability to misinterpret something as being it and then piling on to people for it. I freaking
My
hate
thought
that.
would have been that maybe it came up with Hearthstone because they got to produce a lot of art a year with all the cards they release and stuff. That
Yeah, I don't even, and
There's
that's
some
not even in.
rumors
Are there rumors around that? I didn't know that.
I think so, but I think the same net result of there's no smoking gun or confession or no evidence on the side of the accused. So it's again we just have these conversations because we're gaslit,
Yeah.
and it's a big company. Like you would say, Blizzard has a reputation of doing X, but look, Marathon got its feet pulled out from under it because a couple of people ripped off concept art, and maybe some people were blindsided and didn't realize that was happening.
Yeah, that was wild.
So Blizzard's a big company. It's possible something's going on, and there's a gray line between we don't want AI to generate the art, but there's an argument to be made for AI tool like a Gaussian blur that's AI powered somehow, or something like that.
Well, you can make the argument most of it is like, prior to all this, like 10 years ago.
Well, digital tools are digital tools, right? There's
Right.
people who are like, I only like live instruments. I hate EDM because it's fake music. And it's like, no, it's just a different musical tool. Like, chill out, guy.
Yeah.
But, I had Pepperoni Pete was trying to make this argument because he made a song.
Always easy to take a guy named Pepperoni Pete's argument seriously.
He made a joke song about something about us and some AI song maker, and he's like, I made this song, and I'm like, no, it isn't, and I'm not listening to it, and and
I hate that stuff.
I like him just fine, but it's just like, and he's like, no, I made it, and I'm like, no,
I didn't.
Like there is a line somewhere, and like typing like make me a song that sounds like this. Here's some lyric ideas. That's not using a tool or a digital instrument. It's just
people that think you're a professional prompter. I hate that so much.
Prompt jockey. Yeah. But even that, I don't even think.
Hate it. It's like, I made this. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You prompted the thing to make it out of a bunch of stuff it knew from other stuff it scanned, learned, knew, stole, however you want to put it.
But like, it doesn't mean I'm against, like, here's a use for AI that I'm not against. You know how like sampling, like in hip hop, for example, they sample old records to get a certain vibe, but it's prohibitively cost effective. Mm-hmm. Well, if there's a ethically sourced AI that will make like records that sound like Motown without infringing on anyone's IP, including the source material, to make like samples to use in hip hop tracks, I'm like, that seems fine to me. I'm fine with that.
Problem is those things they can't just make it out of whole cloth. They have to be trained on something. So the question is, what are they being trained on?
So there's this creator, I think his name's Ben Jordan, who's they're doing those AI voiceovers you can do. Mm-hmm. You've used it a number of times. They're doing ethically trained AI where the people that they're training off of and providing their vocal samples are paid and signed, releases. Like it's not stolen off the internet by clicking, copy pasting stuff off the internet, that they're developing a database that's sourced from people consciously, doing it correctly, like training it off people who are paid and it's not like voice actor work or whatever. It's just like a generic database, like how Kevin MacLeod is like every free song you hear on the internet. Kevin MacLeod's like, yeah, it's Creative Commons, whatever. Go ahead. Like use my shit.
Yeah.
Same sort of deal. Right. So it's like, there's a way you can do this business ethically. Shocking. I know, guys, like it's incredible. Just train it on stuff that is like, done in advance and not ripped off of things.
Well, we just got word from Randy Pitchford. This is crazy. This is AI related. In fact, let's hear what he has to say.
I heard Beau likes to kiss Randy Pitchford on the peen.
That seems highly
That's
dubious.
some Borderlands humor right there. Holy shit. There's a quest line in Borderlands 4 where you have to help a farmer raise some threshers, but he likes to plow them. And he can plow 'em real good. It's all like innuendo about having sex with threshers. It's amazing.
Wow. How's Claptrap? You'll tell us when we talk about it.
We'll get there. We'll get.
Yeah.
Believe me, we're gonna have its moment, and its humor will be talked about.
We'll get to it in the news.
And I feel like there will be two perspectives about Borderlands humor on the show.
Yeah,
so you'll get whatever you feel. You will get your perspective discussed.
Well, Beau, we're going to throw it back over to you to tell us what's going on with this rumored Valve headset called Frame, and it might be this year, is what we were hearing.
Yep. So there was news posted in our Discord this week that VR content creators were invited to Seattle to discuss something. And the rumors have been like swirling for months that there's this new headset potentially called Frame, and that 2025 is a year for a new VR headset. And fingers crossed, it's an affordable.
Yeah,
because if this thing's over $1,000, the odds of me getting it are quite low. Because I don't just need a headset; I need a content pipeline that gets me excited. You know, so. But I mean, sure, Steam Deck was a big winner. Maybe Valve can do it again.
I mean, they had their other one, the Index. It was just prohibitively expensive. It was very expensive.
Yeah, prohibitively expensive and honestly outdated. Meta overtook them, I think, on the tech side. Pancake lenses, the Fresnel, or like 110 degrees periphery. Like those lenses, man, that's the best part of that Quest 3 headset. The lens upgrade. I don't like when I have to look through little peepholes. Like it's an old. What are those things called with the little circles on them that you go like this with?
The Viewmaster.
Oh,
yeah,
Viewmaster.
It's not like looking through a damn Viewmaster. Like the jump from Quest 2 to Quest 3 from the lenses alone is like a breath of fresh air. The lenses in Quest 3 rock, and that's why I'm like, don't get a Quest 3S. Like if you're just gonna go VR, the lenses matter. But now wait, let's see what Valve has got. Hopefully, Frame. They can't just release something that's like, here's a Quest 3. But if we did it. I don't, that's going to be a failure. That's going to be a failure. That's not going to be an exciting product. Just the people in VR chat who love their Valve, because that's the meta in VR chat is to get Valve Index and get full body tracking and stuff like that. So you can hump with all your body parts in VRP. But like, it's out from that, like there's no real audience for it unless you've got, Half-Life Alyx too.
Yeah.
To be quite frank.
Yeah. You think they're working on that?
Or maybe it's Half-Life 3, and they're just like, you suckers gonna have to play it in VR.
Oh, shit.
That would actually sell a ton of headsets. No joke.
Oh, well, it would.
I gotta play this.
It would really make me mad if it was only VR playable. That would annoy me.
Half-Life Alyx. If I had to just play Half-Life, like trade in all the games I'm going to play in the future, or just play Half-Life Alyx, I think I'd just play Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah, the game, I mean...
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things ever. I mean, it's such a stupid thing to do, but I'm just saying it's like that. To me, it's that good.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's it. Look forward to more.
All right. Look forward to more on the Frame coming soon. John, there's a new job posting leading some to believe. I thought this was already a thing, so this was news to me, but some think this means that Cyberpunk 2 is going to have multiplayer. How do we know? It was
planned for one.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is it was originally planned for one. So
yeah, I guess I just assumed 2
it was a thing.
Yeah, I just assumed 2 would have it just because, I don't know, it's the second game and they didn't do it with the first one famously, and
GTA is a crazy success.
Yeah,
so why not Cyberpunk Online?
Yeah, I expected it, so maybe that's why I'm conflating them. But what was the job posting, and why do people think this is legit?
I mean, they're hiring a bunch of like network engineers and things that all point towards multiplayer. Okay. Like that's really it. That's really, the headline is the story. They're hiring a bunch of people for internet and positions that suggest Cyberpunk 2 is going to be multiplayer or have a multiplayer component or mode or something to that effect.
So they're seeking a candidate with a blend of proven management experience, technical expertise, and networking for games. That implies multiplayer. Design, implement, maintain scalable and efficient network architectures for online features. Sure, low latency, high performance online experiences for players. I mean, yeah. I mean, either that or this is for a Witcher project, but either way, multiplayer or something, you know?
Man, multiplayer Witcher sounds weird. Right?
What would it even be? Like,
oh, no. There's another Witcher.
Ah,
Now
shit.
we're gonna get them together. I mean, it kind of feels like, there's your Witcher Nightrain. Everybody, 4 Witchers get together to fight crazy creatures.
I just feel like if you get a lot of witches together, they just get really drunk and take off all their clothes.
Historically, that is exactly what happens when you get a bunch of Witchers together.
I just don't know what else they do. They
how many Yennifers are there in this? Whoops. I always get her mixed up with the whole Bennifer thing. Yennefer. Gosh dang it, that name.
Bless you.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Well, anyway. All right. Well, watch for that. Maybe Cyberpunk 2 will indeed feature multiplayer. I'll bet you. I'm willing to say it right now. Even if I'm dead by then, somebody just say, remember when Scott said Cyberpunk 2 will absolutely, without doubt, have multiplayer? I'm saying it now. Of course it will.
All right. Let's start a new sheet on the tab.
Put it on the board.
Yep, put it on
predictions, posthumous prediction scoreboard or something like that. We can all do it.
Finally, in the news today, a leak in the Yakuza Kiwami 3 world. It's coming. So don't play Yakuza 3 for a bit, says Beau.
Yeah, there was a leak, and it seems to be coming from a lot of sources, and so we're not 100% sure. Until we find out.
Why not play the other one, though? Why say wait? Just because it's a better version of the game?
Kiwami just means remastered, but it's either maybe a Japanese word for it or just means something else, but it's basically their term for remaster. So that's what I'm saying. Don't play Yakuza 3 because Kiwami 3 will be a much better experience.
I did not know that's what that meant. I had no idea that K word was anything close to that. But
yeah, I don't know if that's a direct translation, but that's like for all us English speakers, you can just basically, say that's what that means. Let me just Google translate Kiwami here. Japanese to English. The pinnacle. That didn't help. But although it makes sense because maybe it's like the ultimate edition, but it just erase Kiwami and just put remastered or remake on there.
Nice. All right, I'm in. This made me get distracted and click on the trailer again for Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Death Watch. I don't know if you guys knew this was coming, but
I saw the trailer this week and I thought of you when I saw it, and I'm like, man, Scott's a Splinter Cell fan.
I love it. News. And it's old Sam Fisher. I haven't heard. Is it got what's his name doing the voice?
Michael Ironsides.
Yeah.
It's Liv Schreiber.
Oh, it's Liv Schreiber. He's good too, though.
That's not a bad choice.
Yeah.
No, I heard some of his lines. It sounds fine. It sounds good. I'm not a purist. Like I wouldn't know a bad one if I heard it, I guess, but it seemed good.
And this got kicked off and is being run by the creator of the John Wick franchise. That's interesting. Yeah, dude.
I mean,
sign me up.
Maybe this is a test bed for a real, John Wick style movie, but it's Splinter Cell.
I'm excited. I can't wait. When's this? Sorry. Here it is. It is, oh man, finding dates lately. Real rough. Oh, September 17th? Is it already up?
That's a quote, I think.
October 14th. Sorry. October 14th on Netflix.
That's pretty soon.
This will be my favorite Ubisoft adjacent project of the year.
Ubisoft finally making Scott happy.
Yeah. Although I still think that latest Assassin's Creed pretty good. I got to get back to it though. Sashimi can't burn while I play that game. It just doesn't feel right. It feels wrong to do that. All right, you guys, we're going to take a break. That feels right. We're going to come back, and Beau and I are going to get challenged once again by the brain on Brad. No, on John over there. So stick around for that. We'll talk about the games we played. We got some of your feedback, some other cool stuff. Stay tuned. And we're back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It's time for us to do Dear Martha, where John stumps us in some way or fashion. John, please explain today what we're up against, please.
We're getting stumped.
Yeah. Well, Beau, last week, we play a little trivia game around these parts.
Yeah.
And Beau last week took a commanding lead with 5 points, which I did say there was a chance that might be the end of the game. But I have brought another opportunity this week for Scott to play a little catch up. And so we're playing Find the Flaw. I'm going to read a Dear Martha letter. Hidden amongst this letter is a inaccuracy.
Okay.
It is your guys' job to determine what that inaccuracy is and then point it out. The first person to do so, tell me what's wrong and the correct answer to it, will get the points.
Excellent. This is a fun thing we like to do. I'm going to quickly make an image out of this so we can, in real time, once John has read it, we can try to dissect this thing and have a winner. So here we go.
My dearest Martha, be fair, cried the people. For what odds did Scott have to find triumph in last week's letter, themed upon a subject so dear to Beau's heart as Borderlands? To that I ask, does Scott not have capacity for Borderlands amongst his interests? Is Beau's adoration so great that understanding is eclipsed from all who seek it below him? Nay, restitution may be expected, but the topic was not so foreign that it should not be witnessed under different light than Final Fantasy or Clair Obscure. Though critique does not labor upon deaf ears, and so I shall acquiesce some small favor, and gift the topic of today's letter as the Sega CDX.
Love
The
that.
Sega Genesis CDX was also known as the Sega Multi-Mega in Europe. It served as a slim alternative to the bulky Sega CD attachments that existed for the Genesis consoles. This version looked like a slightly thicker and longer portable CD player, with a slot in the back that allowed Genesis cartridges to be plugged into it. This was a fitting design choice as the CDX could also function as a portable CD player. It had a display on the top to show track numbers, a headphone jack, and could even run off batteries instead of a power cable. Functionality was severely limited going off batteries, though, as the system could only hold 2 AA batteries, which offered minimal life for audio-only use and less than 30 minutes of time if gaming. The console also came with the 6-button Genesis controller and was bundled with Sonic CD, Sega Classics Arcade Collection, and Echo the Dolphin. It is believed only about 5,000 were released in the United States, so the CDX was considered rare and something of a collectible. An adapter, as I meant to write, was shown to make the CDX compatible with the later released Sega 32X, but it was never released in the US. Despite this, the console still actually would work natively with the 32X. As you scan this for falsities, there is one thing I can say here with absolute certainty. I really wish I had never sold mine, and it is one of my favorite consoles of all time. I was even late to appreciating the SNES because I was far too infatuated by how cool this system was. Yours in this life and the next. Gotta go the speed limit, 92.
Okay. Also, just amen and here. I wish I wouldn't have sold mine.
Amen.
I love
I
mine.
know. Look at that. There were only 5,000 of these consoles, unless that was the lie. And Scott, you and I both had one.
Yeah, we both had one and we both loved one. Like we were into it.
Oh, wait, what?
I think I know. I'm going to bring in early, okay? Because I want to actually compete here. Whoops, where's the? There it is.
No, this is all you, buddy. Like I didn't own one. I have no idea what's going on in this letter.
Everything sounded good to me until you went to the classic or the pack-ins. You said Sonic CD, Sega Classics Arcade Collection, and Echo the Dolphin. I think the only one of those that would be true is I think maybe Sonic CD was included. So I'm going to say that the goof there is these other collections and Echo the Dolphin were not there.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
The Sega CDX came bundled with 3 CDs, and it was those 3 games.
All right. Well, there goes that idea. Beau, you see anything that jumps out at you there, buddy?
Oh no, this is all you, buddy. Like I have no idea what's going on in this letter. Like I didn't own one. I didn't even own a Sega really. A friend had one, but I couldn't confirm these arcane
This thing up top.
knowledges.
Is there anything you'd say up? Because you would do something like that. No.
No, the first one is just context. I think your first paragraph's like probably you're clear.
Okay, the other one, I'll be a buzz in on this one.
Go ahead, Scott.
I had a 32X also. I didn't know there was supposed to be some adapter. It just plugged in and worked for me, so there was never an adapter planned.
Well, it definitely did just plug in and work for you because that is true. However, Sega did not say that it was officially supported, and they did say they were going to sell an adapter to allow it to support it that never came out. So that is true.
Damn it. All right, I assume we get like 3 of these, right? That makes sense? 3.
You can do as many as you want, man.
You can do as many as you want until you give up.
People get impatient. Yeah.
Until, like Batman, you're broken and cannot go any further.
All right, last guess from me. I don't think I've got any others. Let me just make sure. Design portable CD player. That is true. That had a headphone jack. That is true. I have some question about the batteries, whether it was 4 or 2. I'll get to that. I'll come back.
Yeah, that thing should be 4 batteries.
Yeah, I'll come back to that because the Nomad, the portable Genesis Nomad, that was even more rare. That thing had 6 batteries. And the Game Gear had 6 as well. Before I try that though, I'll try this one. It did not come with a 6-button Genesis controller, or did it?
Incorrect. It did.
Shit.
Yeah.
I had so
part
many
of the
of
reason
those.
why I only appreciate the 6-button Genesis controller. Like, how dare you? Remember when they did the retro Sega Genesis and it came with a 3-button controller?
Yeah.
I went, where have you guys been? You fix this issue yourselves.
Yeah.
Why are you putting this back on people?
You're right. You're absolutely right. Okay, my last guess then. Unless
Okay,
Beau's
last
got
guess.
one. Beau, you're still out of the running here?
I can't. I have no idea.
Okay. It is, let me just double check I'm going to go with the battery thing. There were more batteries than 2.
Okay, this is your final guess.
Final
So
guess.
when I tell you the answer, you're done.
Yep.
Incorrect. It's a 2 AA batteries.
Damn it!
Which I was absolutely shocked by. At least what I read. I don't remember in this regard. I remember a lot about my Sega CDX. I do not remember it taking only 2 AA batteries, but apparently that is true. The lie in this...
Let me
oh, no.
do one guess real
Let's
quick.
let Beau do it.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as the multi-mega in Europe. That's the...
It is known as the multi-mega in Europe.
I just thought I'd throw one out.
No, I'm glad you did. Because that sucks as a name. I'm just going to put it out there.
It sucks. I was like, maybe it is obvious.
No, the name is weird, but that's because it was known as the Mega Drive in Europe. So the multi-mega is, that was the branding, was Mega Drive.
Yeah. I think if you were used to that, it probably would sound okay. Mega Drive was also dumb, but whatever. All right.
So the lie in this one is that it would last less than 30 minutes of time if gaming. Unless you had that thing plugged in, it would not play video games. You could play batteries for music, but you could not game on it off of the batteries. It had to be plugged in.
I know this too. I just didn't... Of course. I used to be mad about this because the whole point of it was like, hey, look, we can take this anywhere. Yeah, but you got to plug it in. I remember that. Damn it. Got us again, John. Big fat zeros from Beau and I today. Jeez Louise.
I know. This one was designed for you, Scott. I thought he had a CDX. He loved it.
He seems to remember it now that you brought it up. He's like,
Well, and the other problem is, like with the other ones I was guessing, part of the reason I don't remember what games were packed is because I already had all these games from the Sega CD before it. So it was like, I didn't even remember they did that. I assume it was all on one disc. I don't even know if it was. Maybe it was a couple discs.
I don't remember either. I know I had all those games. Did I have them all because I got the Sega CDX, or did I get them because those were like some of the Sega CD games and that was it?
I loved that thing. I wish I still had it. It was cool.
It was such a cool system. Like if you know, you know. And if you don't know, there's nothing Scott and I can tell you to make you understand how cool the Sega CDX is.
No, you're right.
And the feeling it was when you would go over to your friend's house and he'd have the dorky, clunky, stuck together Genesises humping to play a Sega CD game, and you're like, what is this trash? I live in refined elegance.
That's right.
look at this piece of art.
Yeah, look at this sexy beast.
Wonderful.
it's like
got
a waffle maker.
Two controller ports, big old power button thing on the front. This thing lifted up like a shell, so there was no moving parts. It wasn't going to break, unlike a insert style. The Genesis cartridges right in the back where they ought to go. All the controls for your music shit up here. It was a perfect combination of what the Genesis ultimately came to be.
Pull up
Now
a
I
picture
see.
just for reference what a regular Sega CD looked like.
Yeah, let's do that.
Just again, so that people can see what the abomination was that we were comparing it to.
The ones were the stacked one was the worst. Okay, so the original. Oh man, I had forgotten about this shit. The original was that. So your Genesis 1 would sit on top of the Mega CD 2, or in this case, our case, Sega CD. It was the same design. That was a way that worked for a long time. And then they did get a little more refined with the tray style thing right here. Still kind of ugly. And then the 2 came out, and that looked better. That looked like this. Let's see. They put a lot of hardware out. See, now that was a way better looking setup right there. But then you put the
better, but
Yeah.
you compare it to the CDX, and it's like,
Oh yeah, nothing compared to it. It just wasn't as good. There's the 32X jammed in the top of that. The tower. What do they call it? The Sega Tower of
yeah.
Something.
Well, because then you could play. You remember Sonic and Knuckles, which
Yeah.
was a cartridge that had a port on top of it. So
Yeah.
then you would plug Sonic and Knuckles in there, and then you'd plug Sonic the Hedgehog in top
Yeah.
of the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge.
Yep.
It was crazy.
It was wild. I was trying to find a picture of the CDX with the 32X in it. I can't find one. Sega, let's see, CDX with. Oh, that's the number one search. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this looked like a toilet. Like you were getting in Jaguar territory here a little bit, but
But it also shows you the size scale, like how tiny this system was. Like that was part of what made it so cool, is these other consoles were like massive, gigantic abominations.
yeah.
And the 32X almost looks at home on top of that tower
Yeah.
of consoles.
Yeah.
But this, it looks ridiculous because the 32X is so insanely big and it's still so sleek and cool looking. I
Posted the full
loved it.
tower in Discord if you want to see.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Beau
yeah.
did. He shared the full tower.
There it is. That's the one. Hold on. That is
Actually,
magical.
I found a bigger one.
Oh my god.
You got a bigger stack? Hold
Yeah,
on.
you gotta
Yeah,
pull
my
the-
gosh, dude. Hold on.
It's actually impressive.
That's awesome.
That's like Game Genie and all the other shit you can plug in and stuff.
Hold on.
like
What is all on there? So Bubsy
It
at
says
the top.
it's Bubsy, Honeybee Converter, Action Replay Pro, Game Genie, Sonic and Knuckles, X-Band Modem, Cleaning Cards, Power Base Converter, 32X Genesis CD,
Wow.
33 inches tall.
What is this logo I'm looking at? That's absolutely wild. Wild. Also, that's crazy. All of it's crazy. What were they doing? That was a crazy company. Sega freaking ruled.
They do what Ninten-Don't.
Yeah, that's for sure. The Game Gear also, just like this little 1-inch screen, this giant fat thing he had to hold. Just different times, different place. All right, well, that was
It
great.
does seem like a shame that you couldn't play games with batteries on the CDX.
Yeah.
Like looking at it, it now makes sense that it looks like literally a CD Walkman.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't even realize it looked like this. That's how little I know about Genesis.
Yeah.
And it looks like like something you should be able to portable around. You know. So.
Yeah. It's a fun look back, guys. That's all we know. I just noticed I got another message from what appears to be Randy Pitchford here.
Oh boy.
Oh, is he still mad at us?
Well, let's see what he has to say this time.
I heard Beau likes to shit in the lake.
Well, that's just true. You do like to shit in the lake. So
I
that's
guess
not-
he must be you're a new listener, Randy. I'm sorry that we were so harsh on you.
yeah.
Stick around. We've got a good show.
Yeah.
I think you might pick up a thing or two about, game development.
Yeah.
Humor, dialogue.
From the three of
How to pronounce your own game, all that stuff you're about to learn.
Although I do
You're
have
in
to
good
say,
company.
we've said Borderlands so many times, I have had an extremely hard time going back to Borderlands.
Yeah,
it is
it's taken
very
over.
hard for me to not say it the other way.
It's
now.
taken over for me too, and I see it. I say it in my head that way. It's all I hear. I think that we've ruined ourselves on Bodel. Well, it's his fault. He did it. It's not us.
Yeah, he did it.
Yeah. Take that, jerk. All right. Speaking of jerks, let's play some games. We played a bunch of games this week. Let's talk about our shared play. You both played a little bit, at least, of Borderlands 4. Sorry, I was trying so hard not to say Borderlands that I gave you the wrong version.
Borderlands 27th.
That's the one. Borderlands 4 is out, and it's loud. Let's turn that off. And in the wild, and everybody's, I guess, playing it and complaining about it. So, what do we think?
I got 16 hours in, just to put.
How about you?
Oh, that's
How about you,
that's
John?
interesting. I've got about the same. I think it was 15 when I checked to see where I was at. So we're right around the same place, though I imagine we've probably done things a little bit different. I'll go first because I feel like you're going to get a little salty and a little sweet from our reviews of Borderlands.
All right.
And as a result, I think, let's end in a nicer place. So I'll go first. It is no secret I'm not a huge fan of Borderlands games. I've played all of them except I've played 1, 2, Tales of the Borderlands, and now 4. Those are the ones I've played. I don't think this is a series for me, but it is still a concept that I think is for me, and so I keep like an idiot buying them. Kind of same philosophy with Destiny. Like I look at Destiny, I'm like, well, a shooter RPG.
This last one was a gift, though, or did you buy it?
I bought it. I bought this game.
Yeah.
Damn! Really?
$70 buy. Yeah.
I'm surprised just because of how you described your attitude towards Borderlands.
Don't worry, guys. I got a free Fortnite skin with it. I benefited truly from this purchase.
What Fortnite skin did you get? Just
Mad Moxie.
Oh, that we talked about last week. Yeah, Mad Moxie's game.
All right. Yeah.
So anyway, I keep trying them, and I keep hoping it'll get me in. And here's the thing: I have heard people say that they think this is probably the best Borderlands game made. And of the ones I've played that are actual Borderlands games, so we'll exclude Tales because that would still probably be number 1. I think they're right. In terms of like what has been kind of what I feel this game should be, running around, shooting things, picking up guns, doing quests and all of that. This is the most fun I've had doing that overall. I think from a gameplay perspective, this game is really solid. I think the jumping and the traversal, like the ability to do gliding and air dashing, feels really, really good. I don't know if that has been present in previous games, so I'm going to talk about everything like it's all invented for this one. I feel really good traversing the world, jumping around. I did apparently, in my lack of interest in dialogue and dialogue boxes popping up, miss the button command to summon your vehicle. And so I spent a lot of time walking from point A to point B before I finally was like I could have sworn they gave me a vehicle at some point. What is the button? Went into key bindings and found it and went, oh, okay. So that helped a little bit because I was like, there's a lot of just empty walking in this game. And it takes a long time because the map is big. But from a gameplay perspective, I think this game is pretty solid. I like my class. I want to try a bunch of different things within, the class I picked. And
what class?
I think I'm playing the Siren. I don't remember what her name is. But
that's is that as close as you get to kind of roguish like play? Is that
they really don't have a rogue this go around.
Sirens like
traditionally, traditionally sirens are what I tend to like in this. Although I liked Zero in Borderlands 2 was my favorite.
Vex is pretty cool, and like Vex is cool, and they're usually they have magic abilities usually, but you still shoot your guns. Yeah.
So I think all that. From a gameplay perspective, very good. From a visual perspective, I think the game looks good. I'm very lucky. I haven't really experienced anything crazy in terms of performance. I will say in the early bits of the game, it ran like games ran on my old computer. So it wasn't like stellar, but it wasn't to a degree where I was like, oh my God, this game is unplayable. But it has stabilized a bit. In general, I haven't had very many issues, although I will say that, for a game that's being marketed as like top tier cutting edge, and you've got Randy out there saying upgrade your PCs. There are some things in this game that just in general are a little confusing. Like I did a quest where I had to bring a guy his robot legs back to him. And when he went to get on his robot legs, instead of like climbing up into him, a second copy of him appeared still sitting on the ground, and then another copy crawled out of his body and climbed into the spider legs and stared at himself for a minute, and then eventually after he settled, the original one despawned. And I'm like, ugh, okay, well, that was weird.
It's almost
there
on
are
purpose
lots
feeling.
of weird little things like that. There was actually a storyline that I thought was kind of decent that was about a bomb, like a missile that didn't go off, trying to find their purpose and trying to prove that they're not a dud. And it was actually kind of a decent storyline. They were playing it for the most part pretty serious, which is extremely rare for Borderlands. Like their ability to not try and force jokes every second was admirable. And I was like, wow, they're playing this kind of serious and it's kind of nice. But it gets to an end, and the big payoff is the bomb's going to go off and explode. And I got to tell you, the bomb or the rocket taking off and the explosion was insanely anticlimactic and looked very much like if this quest line was in World of Warcraft. Like,
boo.
I was like, wow, that was not at all a good payoff for what we just built up to. So from a visual gameplay perspective, I think the game looks okay. It doesn't feel cutting edge in every aspect of its, performance though. Like you kind of do feel like you're almost playing an MMO in some ways, a dated MMO.
Wow.
But that does lead me, like, that's the stuff I really like about Borderlands. I have found myself, like, as I'm sitting here going, what do I feel like playing? I don't know, running around and just shooting things in Borderlands sounds fun, because it is. Like, running around just shooting things in Borderlands is a fun thing to do. So I've been doing a lot of that, and that's what's kind of kept me going.
Would you say it's very open worldy and you're running around going, oh, area of interest, talk to a guy, now I'm on quests? Like, how does all
those
that work?
things exist. I don't find them interesting at all. Like, that's the problem.
It is more like Destiny, though. Like, there are world bosses and stuff. Like,
yeah, like a little bubble will form and you can go in that bubble and fight a big boss. And there are things to see. I think that it's not bad. I think they do it okay, but it is not an interesting open world.
Got it.
It feels like, and I will say kind of broadly, this game feels like if you got your friends together and were playing this game, it would be a hoot. I'm playing this game by myself. I'm stubbornly sticking to playing this game solo, and that stuff doesn't land when you're by yourself. I think if I was yucking it up with somebody and we were just bouncing around the map, goofing off, making our own fun, and then we're like, oh, let's go get a collectible that's over here. And like, okay, let's race and see who can get it and do dumb stuff like that. That's a different story.
Right.
When you're by yourself, it's like, okay, I'll just sort of jump up there. Okay, I clicked the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, now a bit of dialogue is going to play that I'm not interested in and run for way longer than it should. So it is very clearly a game with multiplayer first mentality, and I think that's fine. And I think if that's how you're going to play the game, you're probably going to have a pretty solid time with it. For me, again, playing by myself, not that compelling. And I will say that this game started and I was like, maybe I am going to get into this story. Like, I thought it actually kind of started okay. It was taking itself, again, a little seriously. Not that Borderlands should be serious, but I think humor works best when it's injected into kind of an honest story, and it doesn't just feel like a vehicle for jokes. And that's kind of how this began. I was like, oh, this is getting hopeful. And then as soon as I was out of the tutorial bit, it kind of fell apart for me. I don't think the story is particularly interesting. I do think the big bad seems like kind of looks cool and sounds cool. I think the enemies have more variety than they have in past games. I use the term very lightly, laughed 4 times in this video game.
Oh.
In conjunction with this game.
4 total times, jeez.
4 total times.
Wait, you're like, right?
hours.
You just jot it down and go,
No, I didn't have to write it down. I remember the things that I laughed.
Okay.
I laughed, and now this, I don't know if this counts, because I heard about it before the game was even out. But I did hear about there was a separate volume slider for Claptrap.
Oh.
And that's a funny joke.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, but is that an actual thing then? I didn't know if it was real.
It is a thing. Yes,
Okay.
it is in the game.
That's pretty funny.
We also talked about it last week that there is a joke where Claptrap throws something at your unconscious body, and that made me laugh. And then they overdid the joke immediately following it because Borderlands doesn't know what the word restraint means.
Yeah, they don't know how to stop.
But I laughed initially, so it has to count. Number
Yeah.
3, I fought a boss that was a giant head with spider legs, and his name was Sidney Pointy Legs, which I believe
my
is a
gosh.
reference to Sidney Portier.
Portier,
And
yeah.
I think that didn't make me laugh out loud, but I liked it. I liked the reference.
I like dumb stuff like that. I like it when you do that with Dear Martha sign-off names. Like that can be funny if you do it right. And it sounds like a good one. I like that.
And probably the biggest genuine reaction that this game has gotten out of me is there is a quest, and surprisingly it's Claptrap, where he's talking about his past memories, and he's talking about Mad Moxie, and he says, I think I'm probably the one who understood her best because most people just looked at her chest when they should have been listening to her chest. And that genuinely made me chuckle a little bit. And
Some of the nonsense works. Some of it.
that was it. The humor
Those things
still
get funnier
continues.
when you're playing with other people. Like that's
Well, and that's the
it's
thing,
kind of
is
humor
like-
when you're alone. It's like oh whatever, but when you're together, you might crack a joke about the joke, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
the context it gets a little funnier.
Yeah.
The game, the way it's written, the way it's presented, still just it doesn't work for me. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's funny. I do think that might be different if you're with other people, but I'm not, and that's how I feel about it. Now, performance-wise, I think in terms of the acting, I think all these things are very well presented. I think the people who are voicing these characters is doing a phenomenal job. I just don't think they have a lot to work
The
with.
writing's bad.
So,
I think it's always kind of been true, right? They've always had pretty good voice actors no matter what. It's just the writing's iffy.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with the game.
Where are you at, Beau? You've been playing?
Yeah, so this would have been different depending on how many patches came out, because when I played the game, I think like the day after launch, and I was really upset with the game. There's two things here. There's the game itself and the performance of the game. It ran bad. Doom came out this year. There was a new ID engine or ID tech engine or whatever, I think, with it. I was able to get good graphics, not the best graphics, but good, very happy with graphics and 90 plus frames. So when Borderlands comes out and I launch your product and it's 1080p and I set everything to low and I can barely hit 60 and the game looks like vomit, I'm upset. And I was pretty upset on launch day. I'm like, this is way underperforming. And then you take a breath and you're like, it's launch day. Well, I'm sure they'll do patches because they're going to be doing DLCs. So the good news is I updated a driver. There was 2 patches. And I'm still able to get a visual fidelity I'm happy with, but it's 60 to 70 with frames dipping to 40 in high intensity moments. And I'm still not entirely pleased with the game's performance. This is on fairly low settings. I can run any other game much higher. This is the only one. And when I'm streaming, the game also I've tried it with different codecs. It's 40 to 50 when streaming, with dips down to 30. So it's streaming it has been a frustrating experience for sure. So from a technical perspective, this game launched in a bad state and Randy deserves all the shit he's getting, because unless he would have said, oh, we know it's not good, we're working on it, we're going to make it better. But his stance has been oh, this is Borderlands. You need to get a better computer, bro. I don't game in 4K. I game in 1440. Bitch, I'm gaming in 1080p and it sucks. You need to fix shit. And it's I've got a 3000 series card. There's no excuse.
Yeah.
So, Randy, you can feel free to write in again. This is your verbal lashing that your product is definitely below par and needs working on without a question. All right. Thank you. Now, that aside, this is a phenomenal game. I did load up Borderlands 1 and 2 for some comparisons because, rose-colored glasses and all. Borderlands 2 came out in 2012. And I didn't want to sit here and be like, Borderlands 2 did it the best without like having a feeling for that recently.
Yeah.
I booted up and played a bit and stuff like that. And I played a bit of 1 too. And there's stuff where I'm like, oh yeah, like the gun sounds are a little more violent and stuff. I don't know. There's things you could pick at, but like at the end of the day, traversal and gunplay, the actual like thumb candy of it all, 4 is by far the best. It's like if you're asking me like which characters do you want to control, there's no sliding and double jumping and fancy moves. This one has a grappling hook. Grappling hook's a great addition. I feel it makes traversal even more fun. They just let you acrobat around to your heart's content.
It's also got a superhero landing ground pound that you can do.
Oh,
that was in 3, so not.
Was it?
Edition.
I never played 3. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was in 3. You don't end up using. I didn't end up using.
I thought 3 worked. I thought 3 played really well. Or you just say
3 does play really well. I would say 3 is also an improvement over 2. Like the thing is, the actual gameplay has gotten better with every iteration. And the big draw for this one, if you're like, how does Borderlands 4 like push the genre? Why does Randy even have in his head that this could be some kind of tougher game to run? It's a thing that wasn't advertised very much, but this game has no loading screens. So while Borderlands has open levels, there's a lot of doors to press for loading screens. Yeah. This is the Elden Ring treatment. It's a game world. I saw the dungeon I had to go to off in the distance with some fog because obviously I can't have my graphics at max because the game's poorly optimized, Randy. But I could,
I expect him to write in any time, by the way. I'll keep my eye open for this.
The intent was, I could see, like Elden Ring, where you're like, that castle over there, I can see it. Well, you can go to that. Everything you see, you can go to in Borderlands. There's even swimming in this game now, too. So probably there's going to be some islands you can swim to. So one of the things I appreciate about this game is they've made a truly open world in the spirit of like Destiny or even less than Destiny. It's more like Elden Ring. Like everything, it has invisible walls, so you can't scale everything. Actually, they've tried, but not that hard. It's in a certain respect. Yeah. But there's stuff you can see in the thing, and you go to it, and then there's dungeons. You're like, there's a whole ass dungeon down here, and there's like secret areas you can find that's pretty cool too. That are just not main quest stuff, that just have loot in them. It's pretty. It's honestly like it's the best iteration of Borderlands that they've done from that perspective too. Now the opening area is like a foresty area, which I don't know why they did. Like it's a new planet, so also approve of the fact that you're stuck on a planet. Yeah. Different contrivance this time. There's an overlord that keeps you there, but we're not going to be jumping all around the universe. The biggest complaint I have with 3 is you're going to the corporate planet where there's a whole bunch of corporations, and then it's like empty. Mm-hmm. Like it's like if you can't make Coruscant look like Coruscant, just don't put it in your game. So. But I think the first biome, I haven't seen the other ones yet, but the first biome is like foresty green. Yeah. It's almost
forest,
like
farm, fields.
It's Elwyn Forest. Yeah, and I've heard that the later zones are better. So they maybe just made a poor design decision by introducing you to some Elwyn Forest as the first zone.
I mean, forests just don't sound like Borderlands areas to me. I think of desert. I think of Mad Max. I think of the stuff.
It's a new planet called Kairos, so there's still stuff you're learning, so I can't fully explain if narratively I'm like, oh yeah, it makes sense or whatever, but it's not a great first impression. However, the combat's great, it's colorful, and it's Borderlands. It's a good Borderlands entry. So the performance malaise aside, this is the best version of Borderlands there is so far without having played all of it. I'm at like level 18 or something like that. And it's like John said, like there was times I logged off and I'm like, oh, I kind of want to log. I found myself logging back in to play some more because it was just fun thumb candy. The only grievance I have is like the frames run like shit, and I want a decent looking game. And there's been confirmations that it memory leaks. Like the advice right now for PlayStation 5 players is to reboot it every couple hours.
Oh,
yeah,
never good. I don't like that.
Yep, yeah. It's shipped. It's a beta. It's it's what it is. And ignore Randy. Hopefully the developers will fix this in spite of his like weird publicity, because I think the game is good. And yeah, John and I's humor is a little different. You could say maybe I have a lower standard when it comes to like poo-poo humor and stuff like that. But you got a guy that's banging threshers that wants to raise threshers and film them all having sex because he's a thresher farmer, and that's just the reality of thresher farming. You got to get them making love. and I'm in. I'll enjoy this quest line about trying to make Thresher's mate.
I have where we have.
But it's
word,
not great. It's not great stuff.
we have word from Randy. Would you like to hear his reply to everything you just said?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, here's what he has to say now.
I heard Beau likes to eat his own earwax, and his computer is made from potatoes and horse vomit. Buy Borderlands!
All right.
Buy Borderlands.
With every one of these, I'm starting to believe more and more it's actually Randy.
Randy Pitchford.
I'm getting his voice.
Yeah.
You know, trying to work
I'm
on
convinced. Yeah. No, Randy, my computer sucks, I guess. Whatever. I spent $3,000 on it, but I didn't spend enough of $3,000 to get.
I feel like I'll get
2 years ago, but it's like, it's obviously dog shit and vomit or whatever.
I feel like this thing is going to come it's going to come down in price when there's sales. It's the kind of game that always does. I just feel compelled to wait a little bit. I don't know.
I don't think that's a bad idea. I had one, I forgot. I did have one sort of technical issue. Not really, but so I finished a quest line, and right as I was getting done, I picked up an audio log, and they start talking, and I am beyond the point where I care anymore. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm done for the day. So I'm not listening to the audio log to begin with. So I'm like, all right, I'm by a save point. Escape, quit game. You want to quit? Yep, quit. It goes to my desktop. They're still talking.
Oh, geez.
I can still hear the dialogue playing over my desktop. And all of a sudden, I thought I lived in a nightmare world where I was going to be subjected to Borderlands dialogue, even when not playing Borderlands.
It's a feature, John. It's not a bug. It's a feature.
I got really, really worried because the game wasn't running anymore, and I didn't know what to do. And then after a couple seconds of them talking over my desktop, a crash log did pop up. And they're like, we think the game crashed. And I was like, okay, sure.
That's happened to me
Send your
in
log.
Yeah.
Disney Plus has done that to me a couple times where like I'll stop Alien Earth on my phone and then restart it, but then 2 episodes are playing at the same time. I'm like,
I had that happen the other day. That must be a Disney app thing because it was the exact same thing.
Yep.
It was Disney app, and I'm watching Justified, and it was overlapping.
You just like stop it or you misclick or something like that, and then you sort of rerun it, but then it's like it's still playing. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, I blame the browser, but now that you said, if it happened to you, I'm thinking it was the damn site.
Happened to me on the phone, where it's like it doesn't cancel the audio track, and I'm like, okay,
That's weird. Really weird. Well, all right. So
I think
overall,
the game's good.
Yeah.
Overall, the game's good. I'm probably going to keep playing it, but I will say it isn't enough to make me like when I'm like No Man's Sky or Borderlands, No Man's Sky or no Borderlands. I'm like, I'm going to play some No Man's Sky, and then I played something else that might take a priority over Borderlands. Which we'll talk to
gracious.
when we get in my game.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
I
mean
think
that would be my recommendation too. If you like Borderlands, get it because this is probably the best Borderlands that you can play. And if you don't like Borderlands at all, this isn't going to sell you on it. Like,
and either way, you're rolling the dice on whether it's going to perform well. There are people that are like, I got a 5090 and it runs like shit, so I don't, who knows?
Feels like the Batman Arkham. What was that? What was the one in 2015 that ran like poop?
Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight. Both you and I had 0 issues with it, while everybody else was like, "This is unplayable."
Yeah, you and I were both going. We didn't have crazy weird PCs or anything. We were just like, "Yeah, this game's running great." In fact, not only is it running great, it looks amazing, and then the world was falling apart about the game and how bad it was or poorly it was optimized or whatever. And
Our systems are all like different a little bit, so you guys just might have won the lucky draw, right?
Yeah.
Well, right now with Borderlands, it's easy because my PC's brand new. Like I got this year. It's doing fine, and so I'm not shocked that it's working fine in this. The Batman one was weird because it was old. I think it's a 50. What is it?
50, 80, 59, 50,
50, 80,
70,
50, 100.
You do 1440?
Yeah, I do 1440.
Yeah, that's what I run everything at.
But that was been so funny about this conversation with Randy. He's like, "Don't run your games in 4K," and it's like, "Dude, I'm running it at 1080p."
I'm not. Yeah. Thanks, Randy. I'm not. Appreciate it.
Thanks, brother Pitchford. Well, all right, let's move on to the other game we all played, and I played this one too, of course. We've talked about it a couple weeks in a row. I have nothing new really to add, except that No Man's Sky continues to delight. I'm having a great time in there. I'm working on base stuff now. Never really fiddled with that before, so just doing more of that, building all kinds of cool shit, unlocking things, doing more with the Quicksilver currency to unlock some cosmetics for my cool base that no one knows where it is. I'll secret right now. Yeah, having a great time. Anything new from either of you on that front?
Do you want to go?
I did. I finally discovered settlements. I had never done a settlement before.
Oh,
I finally
nice.
got my settlement profitable, which I got to say is a little anticlimactic. You spend so long feeling like you're dealing with this debt, and you're like building stuff, and you're like, Jesus, I'm never going to get out of debt. And then you finally get out of debt, and they're like, you can build some stuff now, or you can make some stuff. And I was like, okay. I feel like I put in days and lots of effort for this payoff. Seems a little anticlimactic, but all right, that's fine. But no, just still, I did reboot my galaxy, so I'm now in the I think it's Hilbert Galaxy or something like that. It's
Hilbert dimension.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, that isn't as cool as Euclid, but all right. I'll be in the Hilbert Galaxy.
It's pretty dumb.
Just continuing to explore space. I don't think I have anything crazy to say. Like, I keep going to it. I did have a weird bug, still do, and I have to jump through some weird hoops to get it to work, where if I launch the game a second time in a day, which is pretty common, especially when you're doing settlement stuff, and it's like, come back in 30 minutes.
Right.
It doesn't recognize my controller anymore.
Oh, I found this, and I figured a fix. So what it is if it feels, or if it senses keyboard and mouse movement at the menu, or even during the Starfield thing with the logo, it will assume that's what you want, and it will block out your controller, which is a bug. I saw this somewhere. They were going to fix it. It's always worked in the past to jump back and forth, so it shouldn't matter. But it is an issue with that. So what I started doing is, as long as I don't touch anything but the controller after I've launched it, it's fine. But pain in the ass.
I tried that. It still doesn't work.
Oh, still? No way.
Yeah.
Weird.
So the way I've had to fix it is I have to launch Steam in big picture mode, pick a different controller profile, load that controller profile, and then relaunch the game, and it will work.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's really kind of a weird thing. Apparently, there is a history of this game having a problem with that. I don't know. It's a weird bug, but I've learned to get around it, and I still like the game in spite of it.
Yeah, despite all these weird little things, still just loving it. The tail, or my what do you call it? The ramp to get out of my frigate or out of my Corvette is always hanging open like a dog's tongue, just. And it won't shut no matter what I do. And I've read about this bug. Most of people have seen it go away. Mine still hangs out.
I've had that on almost everyone I made, and it made me not run around on my ship. I was like, fine, I'll just go back to my little fighter, because it was bugging me.
It annoys me.
Open.
I hate it.
It stopped doing that, and again, I've been playing on the experimental server, so my hope is that maybe a fix is coming for you, because it's been a problem for me, and it's not a problem anymore. So hopefully in a patch or two, they have that fixed.
Oh, and I took Beau's advice before I throw it to you, Beau. I took some advice from you last week, which was don't sleep on the mech thing, Exocraft. Once you unlock that ability for him to follow you around and be a pet, basically. I wonder if Nintendo's going to sue No Man's Sky for having pets summoned.
Right,
exactly. Big Nintendo.
Anyway, I started doing that. It is so much fun to go into battle and to alternate in and out of the mech. And when I'm out of it, he's fighting with me. When I'm in it, I'm in direct control.
Yeah,
it's great. I mean, it's not that like we've said before, the combat in this game is not like the ultimate thing, but it sure mixes that up. It's super fun. I like it.
Yeah, and pro tip, just to make things faster, you know that menu when you press, I think, X, and then you have like the menu you can scroll left and right in? You know
right.
You know, summons your ship. Mm-hmm. You can set, if you're using mouse and keyboard, you can set shortcuts by pressing Control and the number. So all I got to, instead of going in the menu, all I got to do is press the 4, and then left click the mouse and it summons it.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then sometimes AI mode, when he doesn't have anything to fight, he's like a dog, like humping your leg. Like, is this giant robot? And he's just like in your face. And I'm like, I'm sorting my inventory. Get away from me.
Yeah.
So I bound it to the number 9 so I can turn the AI on and off with just a button press. Doesn't even go into the menus.
Yeah, it's great. You can do that with controller. You can do a controller as well. You just have to assign like a shift, like a trigger shift thing. Okay. And it's great. It's just,
shortcuts for that menu for like stuff you're using a lot. I use it for third person view rather than going into menus to change from first to third. 1 and 2 are like just change the perspective because for some reason it's in the menus.
Yeah.
And then 3 summons my ship, 4 summons my exocraft, and 9 disables the AI. But like, yeah, I love that my robot buddy. Like it's
great.
It's just so good. It's so good. Like if you're dying or you're just overwhelmed, you just jump in and you ream them with your. I want to get a flamethrower. I only have a cannon right now, but
you can. That one's a lot of research points to get.
Yeah, it takes a while, but that's why you end up playing. You're just like, well, it's not a rush. Let me just hang out and do some shit, and eventually
have some fun.
The thing I want, and I'll have it forever. It's no big deal,
Yeah.
The thing I'm working on right now is I'm trying to get my living ship. Mm-hmm. And that is a slog, let me tell you.
Yes, it is.
You did it right
before, and 100%. That is not a efficient quest.
No.
It's not because it takes a lot of hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's just every stage requires you to wait 32 hours for a body part to mature. Like you get a shell. It's like the shell's got to harden. It's 32 hours. You get a heart. Well, the heart's got to grow. So 32 hours. Like. So it's been 5 or 6 days. I keep logging in to check in on. I think I'm at the last step. I have like 6 organic parts in my inventory now, or 5. So I think this next one's going to be the last one. I'm finally going to get my living ship. Also, to start the quest, it costs 3,200 Quicksilver. So you got to buy the Void Egg off the Quicksilver guy. So I was kind of sad that I wasn't buying cosmetics. I'm like, I got to spend it on. There's no other way to get this thing. Okay, so. That's what I've been working on, and my settlements too. I've got an S tier settlement where all my buildings are S tier. And John, you're right. Like I get 1 thermolite condensate or something like that, and like a lubricant. Like it's just they really don't work very hard at my base. I'm sorry to sound like a bastard CEO, but I'm like, God damn it, guys, can produce a little more than 1 item a day. Oh my. But I still find it fun. I like when the NPCs come and they're like, I left my last town because they didn't like the things I was saying. Can I stay in your town? And it's like, it's just cute the way they are. Like I have an autophage town and a Corvax town. I'm like, okay, you can live with us. Yeah. And then they're like, they want to celebrate something. Do you want to let them have a holiday or deny the holiday? I don't know why deny the holidays there. It's like -4 happiness. Like there's no benefit to being a bastard. And I'm like, well, let them have their holiday. It's fine.
Look at your trick for power management. I'm watching your live stream replay here, your VOD, and man, you know exactly what you do every time, do you? Just get those generators, get the batteries.
I've got like a default blueprint for an easy, quick base, and yes, it's like, well, this one has quest requirements. 1 second.
Bless you.
Sorry. I moved the mic away, so hopefully it wasn't.
Hey, you did good. No, it was good.
No, this is I'm doing a quest right now, and it's forcing me to make 6 of those carbon burning reactors.
Mm-hmm.
And I only usually make 1 of those, and then I put anywhere from 2 to 6 solar panels. Solar power, much better.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it's yeah. I've made many bases now. I'm quick at it. I know exactly what buttons to press.
That's great.
But yeah,
I like that. How do you feel about these monochrome worlds? I don't know if I like them.
Not a big fan, but I'm okay if you just like land on them and be like, oh, interesting. This is a weird color scheme of a world.
Mm-hmm.
I never want to build a base on there. The reason I'm building it again is for the daily Quicksilver quest. It wants me to build an outpost, so I got to do it. But
I think I think you might be beating No Man's Sky. Like if you end up getting all those milestones, you'll be the first person I know that's done that much. That's insane to me.
That's a long road to hoe. I think there's like 900 words per race, and I'm only at 450 per race. That's a lot of conversations. It's a lot of NPC interaction.
Yeah.
but yeah, you know, it doesn't feel. I'm not like it's not like an MMO where you're like, shit, I got raid, I need to do my dailies and like, you know, I need to do some M plus because my ad level needs to be up. It's just like I'm hanging out in No Man's Sky. I'm watching the world burn on YouTube on the other screen, but you know, it's not bothering me too much because I'm in my Zen place, you know, exploring planets, you know, yeah, and it's hitting. That's why it's hitting so sweet. Even Borderlands is kind of like, okay, another quest, got to shoot some people. Like at a certain point, I'm like, I just want to chill, bro.
Yeah,
to go back to the bro business.
Yeah,
and No Man's Sky is just so chill. Like even when I'm shooting Sentinels, I'm like, this is the chillest shooting there is, you know. It's just not a big deal.
Yeah, it's a good chill. I like that game so much.
Yeah,
I'm glad we're all playing it.
So sweet, and it's the time to play it. This is the time I've been waiting for. You know, it's got so many features and fun stuff to do. So.
Well, before I get to the game, the next up game that I played, we got one more message from Randy Pitchford. Hold on.
Oh, okay, Randy.
Just one more. Here we go.
I think he's overstaying his welcome a little bit.
I agree. This is going to be the last one. This is what he says.
Has anyone seen my USB drive? I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, back to that old turnip. Damn it, Randy.
You called your local medieval times, sir.
Yeah.
I think you're a rich guy, and it's been a few years. You need to put a tracker on your USB devices. like, you know how we have it for, you know, Find My Phone on Apple?
Yeah.
Like, you need one for your USB drives.
Oh, man, the Find My app is so great. I can always tell where my wife is. It's amazing. I know what I can get away with. Like, oh, she's way over there. I can have like a 20-minute nap before she gets back when I have to go somewhere. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's also reassuring when you're like, oh, they didn't call. Are they okay? And you're like, oh, yeah, they're at their...
Yeah, look at them driving down the road. I can see them moving. And I know what part of town they're in and all that stuff. All right, I'm going to talk to you guys about a game. Both saw me play a little bit of this last night on my stream. I was playing a bit.
I watched
live.
you play it a little bit.
Oh, you did?
I thought of going, this doesn't look like Claire Obscure and get out of there. But then I thought, just let Scott enjoy his...
Let him enjoy his little city builder.
Let him enjoy his little sim and
why
don't be
not?
a dick about it.
I found a game that I the more I played it, the more I kind of fell in love with this. Speaking of cozy, it is a very cozy... Yeah, look at that little train. Is he cute? This is actually from somebody who did their last game was a train. Was it Point to Point?
Yeah, I think you said that last night.
Yeah, I can't remember I've forgotten now, but whoever this dev is. Anyway, here's the core of it. It's voxel. Everything's voxel style. So lots of little bricks that make up everything. It's very beautifully done. A lot of that sort of tilt shift, thing going on with camera views and stuff. So it just has this really lush pixel vibe to the whole thing. It is a city builder where you place structures, you expand your settlement, you rather than dealing with hardcore sim details, it's not really about that. Like, think simple resource systems. There's some light economy management. The focus is mostly on decorate this place, improve it, grow it. The initial houses can be built into better houses later if you do all this stuff. So there's like a progression system where you unlock new building types, decorative options, your population grows, and you complete these milestones. And as you do those, and there's also some questing, the design of the thing sort of encourages you to go from small town into a bustling city step by step. So that's why they call this game, I didn't even say the name. It's called Town to City.
Town to City.
Town
and by the
to
way,
City.
the train game was Station to Station, which I do own and I have played.
Oh, well, there you go.
I really liked that game.
Yeah, it was very good. It's very similar vibe, and it's almost like the train to train or train. What is it? Train to train? Is that the name?
Station to
Station to Station. Shit. It's almost like they just said, "Hey, what if one of those trains went off and dumped some people off in this place, and let's build a town." It kind of feels connected in a weird way, but you build economy. There's farming. There's the ability to feed your people and have better resources for them. But none of it has huge stakes. No one's dying like banished. People will leave if they're unhappy. So there are things going on that drive you to do the best you can. But this non-grid based approach to the game, like when you're putting down roads, there's no grid. It's just paint them the way you want them to be, in the material you want them to be made out of. And it encourages you to do, just to make good design decisions that you can then build, and not a lot of heavy difficulty spikes. It doesn't ever feel hard. It's relaxed and goal based. I'd say you're probably in the main game, you're probably going to get 10 to 12 hours out of it if I had to guess based on what I was reading. But the sandbox mode lets you go on forever and do all kinds of crazy shit and unlock everything if you want. I messed with that a little bit last night. It seems pretty robust. It's delightful and it's just chill. The music's really nice. They got this kind of French vibe, but old English style to everything. You can rename all your not just your towns, but your dudes. And I like doing that. And it will highlight them. So if I name somebody, what I call them yesterday, Dirt Pickler 2000 or whatever, that person walks around town with a little moniker over their head that says, oh, there's Dirt Pickler. And I can go talk to them anytime and, hang out with those guys. You're the mayor of this place. And so you're always getting requests to do things and add things. Very visual, very simple, but goal oriented. It's not simply just direct or just decorate the place. There are goals. There are reasons to expand and do stuff. I had a ball with it, and it just came out. I want to say this thing is under $16. I think it's 14, 12 maybe on sale right now. I should have that in front of me, and I don't. But real good. It's on Steam, and I would check this out if I were you. A lot of people praising it. It's reviewing really well, and I have high hopes for it.
It looked good. I enjoyed watching it, and
yeah, it was fun. I wondered how you'd feel because you're a big time hardcore, Banished guy, and I don't know how much these more chiller experiences land on you.
Well, I mean, they are kind of chill once you learn all the pitfalls. But a game that doesn't have them isn't necessarily a bad one, right? Right. At Farthest Frontier, actually, I find very forgiving. Like,
yeah,
I think like if you don't clean out the poo, everyone will get sick and they will die. But there's a lot of warnings ahead of time. It does a lot of stuff automatically. A big thing of these city games too is the people management of it all. Mm-hmm. So like, there's usually a logic like the person has to like eat and rest and then do their work and mm-hmm. then also be entertained. And there's like a logic to what they do in priority. Mm-hmm. But if the foods are really far away, let's say from where they work and they got to travel a lot, like in Banished, they'll just die from having to travel too much. Mm. Like you make logistics errors based on the traversal of the people and they will not be able to reach food in time or rest or mm-hmm. no firewood means they're cold, they get pneumonia and die.
Yeah.
Farthest Frontier, for example, just kind of settles all that kind of automatically. Like in, Banished does a thing where it's like a person's house is their house. Like if they bought a house or established a house, they don't like move to a new place necessarily to like work somewhere. Although there's some cottages you can build, but still.
Sure.
Farthest Frontier kind of makes it like, I never really think about it when I play that game. So I know they're just kind of handling it.
Right.
And this game, there's nothing wrong. Like it's like, that kind of challenge is interesting, but also sometimes I don't need it. And so this game looked interesting from a creative standpoint where you're making a town.
Yeah.
And hopefully I do like some busy work. Like I don't just like designing the town. I like being involved in the logistics, right? Like, like the poo stuff in Farthest Frontier, I really enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the poo.
Yeah. This game has that in the form of like, you don't have enough employees at the butcher to feed all these new homes you put in. You got to go either hire new people or rearrange the way your streets work or something to get coverage over there. So there is a lot of that.
Yeah, I saw that part of the game where you're like, why isn't anything working? And it's like, you didn't build a road.
Yeah, I forgot to put a road there. And it should have been obvious. I just missed it. But like things like... a
lot of these games don't need roads. This is unique to this game, actually.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you can do some really creative stuff with like... the decoration is a big part of it. Like a girl, one of the quest giver ladies will go, I really need a bunch of flowers around this house that I'm looking at. And then you do that and it says, well, put at least 10 flower arrangements. And you can just go bit, and put them down and have them look like shit. But the game encourages you to, be a little creative and, that kind of stuff. And there are bonuses. Certain families want to move into homes that are like near a cliff or well lit or lots of trees. And so when those people move to town, you can move them around. And what I also like, and you're seeing that with this character right here, is they're very animated for blocky stuff. Like, it's surprising how much emote I'm getting out of this stick lady.
Body animations.
Yeah. And the animals and the wildlife are like that. This thing's in early access, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels kind of done. But they do have a big update coming for Halloween. They're doing a bunch of animals and farm stuff. Like they've got a roadmap, they got plans. So there's more coming. I think people will like it. So go check it out. Town to City is that game. It is available now on Steam.
Town to City.
And then I got a game that is, I think I finally found this year's chore core, at least so far.
Finally, we were worried.
I know. It's not that they aren't there. It's just they're all a little samey. It's like, oh, this one's about managing a bar, and this one's about a grocery store, and this one's about this or whatever. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's very samey over the last few years. This thing is not samey at all. It is called Cash Cleaner Simulator. And it's got a little bit of a goofy kind of Breaking Bad vibe to it. But basically you wake up, there's not a lot of story telling you why you're there, but you wake up inside of this building. It's like a warehouse, and it's got cash laying everywhere and boxes and the different bags and suitcases and all this stuff. And you've got a smartphone, and the smartphone lets you get jobs around town. And those jobs are like, cash, laundering cash for different organizations. And you don't get to ask a lot of questions. Your job is just to figure it out, stack the cash, give it to them how they want it, and that's the game. To be a little bit more specific, the core of it is very chore core in that it's like, I don't know how you take everyday work, like in this case, cleaning money. And sometimes it's literally dirty money, and you have hardware you have to buy and have delivered to you that will clean the money. And sort the money. So let's say one of the jobs is I need $10,000 in cash. It needs to be all wet bills, meaning literally with water on them, and they need to be in 50s, stacks of 50s, no 20s or 10s or 5s or anything like that. So you eventually acquire all the equipment to do that, a sorting machine to sort them, tape them together, put plastic on top of those, and then you put them on this conveyor belt, that blue conveyor belt over there, and it sends it off to the person, and you're done. You move on to the next job. That giant X you see in the middle of the room is where all your deliveries come. So sometimes shit just falls out of the ceiling and lands there. It's very weird in that regard. But your job, there he goes, puts it in there, sends it off to the people, gets his money, rinse and repeat. And every job's a little bit different requirements, different needs. You always have the tools as you continue on, and sometimes you have to buy a tool, but you always have available what you need to do it. And as you advance, you gain better cleaning tools, new types of dirty money, I'll put it that way, like ink stains, water damage, counterfeits, stuff like that. And more demanding jobs, maybe larger sums of money, this sort of thing. Just digging through the money's kind of a hoot sometimes because you can only carry so much. Sometimes it spills and money goes everywhere. And it looks like euros, dollars, Canadian dollars. Like it all looks like real cash from around the world. So sometimes you have to separate it by denomination, by country, and by currency and all this other stuff. The core loops delivered these kind of bite-sized sessions. I'd say 20, 30 minute. That's how long you'd sit and play this. But a whole progression from 0 to we've maxed out everything is probably 12 hours, something like that. And the replay value really comes from just chasing efficiency scores, or just finding better ways to do this stuff. Look at that wad of money. And now you got to...
I like how they just drop loose bills in there. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's great. Now, eventually get a counting machine. I bet I could fast forward and see it. Here we go. There'll be a machine. There it is. There's one of them. And it's just spitting out what denomination he needs. And sometimes this shit just goes on the floor. I got really efficient with it where I started to, let's see what happens here. Yeah, they're going to start flying out there. So his are just shooting out onto the floor right now into piles. I made it so that I could put the exact amount, 10 grand inside one of those sorters, and then had it shit out these packaged $50 bills into a box directly on the floor. So I used the physics.
Shapes with a Z training right there.
Yeah.
That's the kind of skills that Shapes with a Z will give you.
Yeah, that's how you have to look at it. And it's sometimes surprising. It's very emergent that way. You just kind of come up with solutions on your own, and just chucking money into these machines and letting it fart this stuff out is kind of a hoot. You get supplies all the time. Again, sometimes you have to order it, but sometimes shit just falls out of the ceiling, like a giant bean bag or whatever it was. I think it was a bean bag. I had to tear it open, and it was just full of cash. And it just dumps all over the place. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I got enough cash for the next 4 jobs. This will be cool. And you can expand this room at some point. I haven't done it yet, but you can.
So are you doing any, you're not actually doing any laundering. You're just cleaning the money and packaging it.
Correct. Okay. Sometimes it's meant for someone else's laundering. So if you do, they'll say none of these bills can be ink stained or wet, or they have to look pristine and they can't be counterfeit. So you have to actually separate all those using the machines and the stuff you have.
It's like you don't have a storefront where you're trying to inject counterfeit bills along with other bills.
You're the in-between guy.
Clean your money.
Exactly. Yeah. Think of you're the guy in the middle who's making it possible to launder the money. And you don't ever get really told why you're trapped in this place and why your job is to do this, but wonderful little game. I'm super into it. Would highly recommend playing this. If you're into the chorecore, I'm saying. If you're not, this may not jam at all for some people, but for me, where I like gamified mundane tasks.
It's not very expensive, right? Like $10 game.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's like $12 or $13, something like that. I grabbed it as soon as it was available, and I had a few people ping me and say, hey, this looks like a game for you. And you know what? They were right. Cash Cleaner Simulator is the name of that game. A couple other side notes. I picked up Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Edition thing. That one, the one John beat recently. He sold me on that game so hard. And it went on sale yesterday. $19, usually like $59 or whatever, $49, whatever it is. I was like, well, duh, we're getting it. So I got it. I installed it. I have done nothing yet, but I have it. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to play that game because I really liked what you showed and what you said. And the one thing I was watching some video, and the one thing I do really like about that game is they made an attempt facially to do almost kind of painterly faces.
Yeah.
That they haven't really done with anything else. Like nothing else quite has done that in the Square series of any of their Final Fantasy games. And I don't know why, because I actually think it looks very cool. And I'm pretty jazzed to crack that open. So anyway, small thing there.
I'm excited to hear what you think on that.
The other day or a couple shows ago, maybe even the last show, I talked about a game called Fumes. The one where you got the car. It's like a car combat thing, Mad Max sort of like. Oh
yeah, the thing that looks like a PlayStation game.
Kind of PlayStation 1 vibes, yeah.
Yeah.
Currently doing real well on the reviews. We're up in the high 98s, 97s on this. It deserves it. Anyway, I liked it a lot, but one of my beefs is the controller support was kind of poop. And they've added actual controller support now, and it feels great. Real good. So I beat my first boss yesterday. The game is great. Fumes, man. Cool game. Not much more to add to that. And then there's a really good sale right now. I just wanted people to know about it. If you go check out any of the Devolver Digital games you don't own, which is not many for me. I have a lot of their games, but the sale is insane. Like everything is so dirt cheap right now. Like 60% off almost everything. So if there's stuff you just like, man, there's still some games Devolver made I'd sure love to get. Like this one's $3, normally $10. There's some that are like cut even more than that. So I just want people to be aware of it. The Devolver Digital sale is huge. And I found out about it from a funny source. They were on Blue Sky or something and said, here's our advice. Do not buy a Devolver Digital game until such and such time today. And they didn't say why. But I like that. They're warning people.
They put out a little PSA like, hey, the sale is coming. A deal is on its way.
Yeah, like Inscription. Loved that game. How much? $8. 60% off. Cult of the Lamb, 50% off. Like some of these great games they make. Hotline Miami is $1.99. Katana Zero. I love this game. That thing's only $8.99, 40% off. Lots of great stuff. New stuff, old stuff. If you like them, this is the time to go buy it. $3, 80% off. $3 for Broforce, one of my favorite games ever. I love Broforce so much. Anyway, Monkey Island way cheaper, 70% off. $8, Bon John.
That is a deal. That game's great.
Yeah. So anyway, just wanted people to know about it. John, what'd you play this week besides the things we've talked about?
Besides the stuff we already covered, a listener, Kissy Bears is the name, gifted me a game called No, I'm Not a Human. And
Heard about this.
This is an interesting game. I guess it was in early access or had a beta. It's in release, I believe now. I believe it's in 1.0.
I think so.
And so the concept of this game is that you are something of a shut-in, and the world kind of goes to hell. The sun during the day is getting insanely hot and burning people alive, so people have become nocturnal. And in addition to that, there are now people coming out and wandering the world, impersonating being a human being, known as visitors. And so every night you have people come to your house and ask to come into your house. And
That's a nightmare.
you have to decide if you want to let them in or not. Now, you might be saying, John, just say no. It seems like this would be a real easy solution. But what the game does is it creates a couple problems for you, because there is a person that is, if you are alone, he will break into your house and kill you. And he's known as the Pale Man. They establish him as a threat very early on, as he kills a bunch of soldiers that you witness through your windows. And he asks every time he visits if you are alone. And if you are alone, he's going to come in and get you. So you have to let people in.
Very uncomfortable style to
that's
this thing.
one of the conceits, is people have to be let in. But there's a chance those people are visitors, and they are in fact impersonating being a human, and they will kill other people in your house. And if there are no other people in your house, they will kill you. In addition to that, you have FEMA is trying to solve this problem, but they will occasionally come and take people away from your house as well. So you have to have people for FEMA to come and take. Otherwise, they'll be mad at you. There are other little there'll be other conceits like that as well. So you kind of have this push and pull of like, well, I need to have people as a resource, but at the same time, I'm going to be losing people. At the same time, if I bring the wrong people in, they're going to be killing people. Mm-hmm. And you have a way to kill them. So you have ways to test. So you learn about ways. There are reports that people say like, well, this is a way to test to see if a person's a visitor or not. And so every day there are a certain amount of tests you can do to the people in your house to check for signs that they might be a visitor. And if you think they're a visitor, you can shoot them.
Oh my.
But that removes a person from your house. But if they get left alive and they kill somebody, and then you have to kill them because you figure out they're a visitor, now you've lost two people. So it's this game of like, do I trust them? Do I not trust them? I have to bring people in. And it really is a game about seeing all the potential endings of the game. It's not really a game about like, oh, this run is this. In fact, I have a sneaking suspicion, I don't know this for sure, but I believe that the people that come to your house are set as to whether or not they're a visitor or not. Because I've done 2 runs of the game. I've seen 2 different endings. And in both those runs, anywhere where there was an overlap of somebody that I had seen before, they were still a visitor or not a visitor. Like it matched up and lined up, at least as far as I could tell. So I don't know if it's a random chance or not, but so far it's been consistent, which is maybe a good thing. If you're trying to get specific endings, you can plan around it. And there's a lot of weirdness. Like there's a person that comes to your house with a cat and they seem shady. Do you want to save that cat? Are you going to let him in to get a cat? Yeah. If somebody tell you, you got to find a way to get the cat in the house. Are you going to listen to that person? So there's like weird little story beats where you can go one way or another way. And, it tells a very weird, trippy narrative across the decisions you make and what you witness. And it's just kind of an interesting gameplay loop of during the day, you're stuck inside, you talk to people, you test people, you order stuff, you make phone calls. Then at night, you look out the window to see what's going on in the world, and you get people coming to your door asking to come in. Nobody looks normal.
Yeah,
you can't go off of how people look.
It's a very disconcerting style. Like, just no one looks trustworthy. It's all through this lens of this dark green. Like, it's very disconcerting. I don't like it.
I have a Steam review to share that I saw.
Do it.
A strange woman rambling about astronomical signs approached my house. I denied her entry. She cursed me with having diarrhea. Very next day in the real world, I began suffering from diarrhea. Phenomenal game. 10-10.
But like, look at this image we got up right now. That's freaky as shit. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying this game would like jump scare me, but
That's the pale man.
I have a question, John, because I was just watching the trailer. The song's pretty cool that it has in the trailer. How's the music otherwise, like the sound? and
Music seems appropriately eerie and ominous. Like, I haven't sat back and been like, "Oh, this is a cool track," but it's appropriately unsettling and unnerving.
just a little bit of it.
Yeah, you hear a lot of this. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be a good match for what I'm looking at here. But like this
it
peeking
seems-
out of the house and just like that room looks like some dark shit has gone on in there. Ooh, and this guy on TV, like everybody. It's a weird, the art style, I can't tell quite what's going on. There's like some weird FMV in the opening and half drawn on, half real people. It's really weird.
Yeah. It's weird, it's wild. Like I said, I've done 2 playthroughs, I've gotten 2 endings. Neither of them were good. it didn't go well. It didn't go well for anybody.
Yeah, I was looking. It says like 4 hours if you want to get all endings or something. Is how much time you'll spend in this. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's really cool. I think if you want to play something a little non-traditional and odd, like, I think this is a really cool game. And so, big thanks to Kissy Bears for gifting it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm trying to avoid the temptation, which is honestly, I just want to watch a bunch of people play it, like, and see what all is in this game. I just want to see it. But I guess I could put in the work myself and do it myself. But it's a very neat game to kind of watch and just see how the story unfolds and see how you can make it go in different directions. It looks like there's about 10 different endings to the game. So
Man, this is weird.
it can apparently go some wild ways.
Take my soul. Ugh. I don't like these people at all. All right, well, you freaked me out. Well done.
Great.
Mission accomplished. Beau, you played Hollow Knight, Silksong a lot.
All
last
right.
night.
Yeah. So, I realized both of you played this, right?
Yep.
Both
Yep.
played it. All right. So I missed it by a couple weeks. I was kind of delaying, just playing No Man's Sky and Borderlands and all that. But last night I was like, okay, like, we're getting close to the Game of the Year season. I feel like the ones that are most likely to be nominated, I haven't touched, and it's like, I need to play a little bit. Let me boot this up and see what this game's about finally. Like, Jesus Christ. Because this one's gonna be on the list.
Yeah.
And honestly, at first I was a little, so I have some critiques. However, I kind of stuck with it for a little while, and the longer I stuck with it, the more I started to like it. Like, I was like, I like Metroidvania is just fine, but the bug's not my favorite. But I've played far enough now where I'm like, oh, I don't care if it's bugs. This game is just really well crafted. Like, it's really good. I got to John. I don't know if Scott, you got this far, but there's a boss called the Fourth Chorus, I think.
Oh
Big
yeah,
robot boss.
that was the one I talked about last week. Some people asked which was the boss where I missed an elemental cue on how to finish the boss. That was the one.
So I think like the boss Lace, like, also, like, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I got to by that time, I'm like, oh, this game has me like by the short and curlies. Like, at first I was like, oh, I don't know about the art style too much. And, I was like, I'd rather it be in space, bugs, whatever. Like, I was kind of like thinking about things that I was like, I don't know. But like, the more I played, the more I'm like, oh no, this is just like, it doesn't matter what it's about. It's like a really good video game, and I'm just really enjoying it. So yeah, I ended up playing. I started at like maybe around, I don't know, midnight or something like that. Let me just boot this up for an hour, and I stayed up till 7 a.m. playing.
7 a.m. Oh my god!
And I kind of wanted to keep playing, but I was like, I need to do core, man. If it wasn't for core, I'd probably just
it got you good.
Yeah, I love to hear that. So wait a minute, can you tell me how you feel about the platforming? Is pretty rough. It's pretty hard. What do you think about that?
Nope. Game's great.
No issues. Get good noob is what you're saying. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I think you get stuff later that upgrades your character. I think it controls real great. I have one grievance about this is that the hitboxes could use some work. I think when I hit something, there are certain circumstances where I just get hit by the enemy anyways. And I know that like sometimes you can knock back the enemies and sometimes like they have just an unstoppable move. Like I get that. Actually, I really appreciate all the different monsters and all the different things you got to know to learn how to counter them. But I still feel like there's definitely some bullshit moments where like I don't get any stun for like, hitting something. It's still going to ream me anyways. Like there's a few things where I'm like, this is a little bit not the like a reward for timing my hit correctly. I'm still gonna get hit by it. Like it's a little too fiddly, but the self healing is super generous. Like you can self heal all the live long day. It's not hard to manage it so that once you're down to 2 pips of health, you just self heal. Like it's still hard. I still die. Like usually boss fights take me on average. I first tried a couple of them, but some of them at most is like. I think Lace, it took me like 5 or 6, the big fourth chorus was about 4, 5-ish, and they put
I think I was on my 3rd or 4th for fourth chorus.
Yeah, like, that's not bad. Like, I mean, the Metroid Prime, the Metroid Dread final boss took me like 50 billion tries. Like,
and for all the complaints about long run backs, like most of them are not that bad. Now, granted, I'm not that far, so it's not like I've seen.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I'm sure there are some egregious ones later because there has to be a reason some people are complaining about it. But like usually within a room or two in terms of runbacks that I've had so far.
Yeah, they're only long if you don't find a good bench. But I'm like pretty proud of myself because I found a secret area that I found it early. And one of the NPCs gave me shit for. She's like, "Oh, you're in here earlier than you're supposed to be in here," and I was like, "Sweet, I'm awesome." So I got this like new stance or whatever before I guess I'm supposed to get a different stance, and that's great. That's Wanderer stance. Anyways, I do have one very big grievance, and it is about the downward strike, which is an important mechanic. I think they all are, but the downward. Yeah, thumbs up. Sorry for those listening. The Zoom auto AI bullshit. Just recognize that I did a thumbs up and showed one on the screen. All right, amazing.
Mine's not
2025 is incredible. What I don't like about how they've done this is how you do a downward strike. It's fine that it's angled. Don't mind that. Like it's a different thing, but it works. I don't love the things you hit to downward angle and flip over. That was kind of hard to do 3 or 4 times in a row, I found. But I'm not the best at side-scrolling kind of games. But the real thing I found annoying, and I still do find annoying, is that you don't downward strike to the ground. Your downward strike is a dash range. So the number of times I'm like downward strike, and then I just take it in the face and don't do any damage is like a bit more than I'm happy with. And so like that specifically, I think I'm sort of getting used to it. Maybe in the long run it'll be fine and it's a good thing, but I think it either needs to be longer or just right to the ground. I think it's kind of ridiculous that if I hit the apex of my jump, like a vanilla jump, in downward dash, that's too high up to hit anything below. And I found that like very frustrating. I still find that aspect frustrating when I take damage, don't hit the thing I want to hit because they for some reason they decided to make it arbitrarily difficult when it doesn't need to.
John, didn't you say there was a way to do that? You unlocked something and made him go down?
Well, that's the thing is I unlocked the ability for it to play like Hollow Knight now.
Whoops, sorry.
Why you got this?
I don't know. I forgot I left him up.
He's a new host.
So yeah, I unlocked a thing that lets it play exactly like how Hollow Knight was, so you can go straight down instead of the angle, which honestly isn't doing me any favors because I'm sure at some point I'm going to want to go back to how it is supposed to be. And then I'm going to have missed all the muscle memory that I should have been building up using the angled strike. I do agree with Beau. You know, for me right now at this stage, it's two layers of things that I have to keep track of, which is the angle that I'm going and the limit of length of the angle that it will go. And I kind of feel like I wish it was just one thing. Like personally, I wish I just had to worry about the angle and not so much the distance.
Yeah.
It would be nice to know that like, oh, I got the angle right. So as long as the angle's right, I'll be able to hit what I need to hit. But that's my personal preference, and I'm sure as the challenges ramp up, as things get harder, you get used to it and you move on from it. But I'm still at a place. Well, now I'm even at a worse place because now I'm at a place where I'm like, now it just plays like Hollow Knight, and I'm not learning anything. But I'm sure for people that don't do that, you get the muscle memory and you figure it out and it's fine. But I'm gonna learn nothing and then crash into a wall and go, why have I done this to myself?
Right. That's funny though. Yeah. So you're loving it though, right, Beau? Look at you.
Oh, yeah, I'm loving it. Big thumbs up. Game of the Year contender, especially coming from Borderlands, runs at 144 frames per second. Yeah. And like, even if you're just like, oh, it's kind of Stickman or whatever, they spend a lot of time. Like, there's a lot of love, like a lot of biome diversity. Everything looks pretty, is animated beautifully. Their weird Japanese, but not Japanese sounding language is kind of cool. And the singing and the characters, like they spent time thinking, like it felt like they spent time thinking like, let's make everything kind of stand out and feel unique and put like extra love into it. Like it just, you kind of feel that like sense of like, oh, they did take their time with this game and they were clearly working on it and made something like, I don't know, just really good and just really like well crafted is the word that come to mind. I can see the the
pedigree,
all the diversity. Like, you know, like you make an asset pipeline, you're like, well, I can have this monster in the first zone and then we'll have red versions of the monster to mean they're harder. There's just like monsters I've only seen one of. Like there's all kinds of like interesting variations and they all seem to have personalities and move sets. It's really good, man. Like I think it's the hype is very real for this game, and like I said, I was really enjoying it. So big win for me.
I mean, like you really would have been a long shot on a betting pool for which one of the three of us would be the most into Silksong.
I don't know. With how anti Hollow Knight I had been in the past, maybe Beau's been neutral. I've been.
Yeah,
I don't
true.
like Hollow Knight,
I've been pretty ambivalent. The first one, it's just there's lots of Metroidvanias, so it's like I'm always like, I don't need to play them all. Yeah. I don't feel FOMO. It's like I've played Super Metroid. I played a couple other ones. Aquaria was one that I really liked from the PC indie things from late 2000s, early 2010s. I know what the genre is about. I know to play every one, but this has a lot of hype behind it, and I wanted to check it out because it's definitely going to be on the Game of the Year conversation. And if it's not on the Game of the Year, you're going to hear people bitch. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be there. Even if it wasn't as good, you'd still hear from those people.
Like it's going to be. What I'm saying, it's going to be on a nominee list. I don't know if it actually gets it, but I think there's a faction underneath this game, and I think it deserves it. Honestly, I get it now, and I think I might go back and play the first one, see what it's like if I'm myself curious.
No.
But I like the game a lot more than I was expecting. And like I said, I was a little grumpy at first. I'm like, I don't like bugs and some of the controls you got to get used to. And I was like, I don't like the way the map, the mappings. I don't mind that you don't have a map, but they really kind of go out of their way to make you get a lot of items to make the map work. And then the map, to see yourself on the map, you need to equip an item, which takes up a slot that could be something useful. There's a little bit like, I need to play the game farther because maybe I'll get enough slots where I don't care. But it just seems like they're cheaping out a little bit for the excuse to give you upgrades. Because like I'll never want to take some stuff out of my abilities anymore because I want to see where I am on the damn map if you're going to put a mini map in the game.
Yeah, it's the first game did that too, and it's annoying. It's my least favorite thing about it. But.
It just might be their thing. We'll see. But like it got better because I was able to unlock another slot. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I've got more slots. There's layers to the game where you're like, oh, that's a thing you can swap out. I didn't realize that the game is a little cleverly so. Has surprises in it, it doesn't spell out all the mechanics you're going to get right from level one. Like Borderlands, where
What-
you're just like not surprised by anything.
What bug is she supposed to be? Is she supposed to be a spider?
Spider.
Okay.
Spider?
Because she's spinning
You
webs and
you spin silk and use silk to self heal, and there's a reference directly to it with one of the NPCs I talked to. So
okay. All right.
definitely spider, but only just a very strange version of a spider.
And the little Hollow Knight guy, he was like a beetle or something, right? Like a little beetle
don't
man.
know.
Okay.
I don't know. But what I do know is like I have a bigger silk spinner that I can ride around to fast travel, which is also pretty cool. I really
Yeah, you
like
do.
that's what I mean. Like this fast travel rooms are full of these bells. Like, apparently it's only 3 guys making it, right? So I don't know how many, if they contracted any artists. There are a lot of bells. Like there's just it's a room full of bells, and like they had to draw all these bells. They could have just drawn a room that has a little hole in it, and the bug goes in the hole. But they're like, no, we're gonna like overdo this room, and every bell you hit's gonna make it. Like they just, like I said, that's why I think like this game's like got a lot of hype behind it, because they just really overdid everything. And then there's this weird dissonance, because if you just look at the game and it's like, well, stick figures, right? Like this game can't be that good. And then you get in, you're like, well, they overdid this. They overdid it with all the art style. So that's good.
Works well.
Yeah, and the boss fights are phenomenal. Apparently, there's like 50 of them.
Damn.
40 or 50 of them.
It's a lot.
So, yeah. A lot of content in the game for what it is, too. So, I will be playing more of it. And that's Silksong.
I hope they make a Hollow Knight cart. That'd be cool, right? Little Mario
A
Kart.
racing game?
Yeah. Put all the bugs in there, riding around in the underground, Bugland.
I think the problem is the next game's probably not coming out for another 6 to 10 years. So, do you want them to make what do you want? Do you want a cart game really? It's like
A Hollow Knight 3 that really does sound like a billion years away. There's no way that's anytime soon. So,
I mean, I remember, or not remember, but I know I've read something or watched something where it's like the developers have been pretty much just like, I think they're comfortable off the first game.
Yeah.
And they're a small team. So they just, they just, like, they're not like, we have to hit a deadline or God have this needs to release. They're just like, it's a pleasure to work on. So we just
making it. And the second one's going to make them a lot of money. And they only charge $19 for it. So they, they're not weird and
it's going to sell a lot of copies for years to come too. So.
Yeah, I love it. I think I think they should be celebrated not just for amazing games, but I like the culture.
And they did a great, like I said, they did a great. You don't buy it feeling like, well, they tried to push something out in a year and they're kind of hoping whatever they did is going to sell them a lot of copies. Like they really a lot of TLC.
Yeah.
For what it is. So
sure.
It's great. I think it's phenomenal. It's like it's same deal with Hades, really. Like Hades is kind of like that too. That one probably gets pushed out a little more because I know they're a bigger team, but there's way more work gone into the art than what would clear the bar for a game. Mm-hmm. Because it's important to that's the cool game they want to make. So it's the same kind of deal with this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Other games. So Elden Ring Neightreign has so you know how they did like bosses where you have to go and fight them, and then they did a mode that was Everdark bosses that were harder versions. The bosses had an extra phase often. They released a super duper hard mode called like the Molasses of Night or something like that. I can't remember.
Okay. They didn't call it super duper hard mode.
No, the Deep of Night. So basically, the gist of it is like you're playing another round of it, but everything hits harder, if you can believe it. This game's already like hard. And the idea is if you beat the boss on this hard mode, you go down these depth levels, which is just a bar that fills up, and it can get harder. Think Nephilim Rifts, right? Except there's just 5 levels. So as you go in, shit gets harder and harder with the 5 levels. But you've also unlocked 3 new relic slots, which just think of them as affix gems that have affixes, basically like Diablo style. Except these new affixes or new slots for the relics have powerful good abilities, but also have a disabling ability. It's kind of that risk reward thing. And that's sort of the loop, and everything like hits harder. And so I'm like, I need to try this out. It's only been out a couple days. And it kicked my ass. And the reason why I say it kicked my ass is because in every match, one of the 3 players left within 20 seconds.
Oh, jeez.
Sometimes the second player left within minutes. And I don't think we couldn't get... anywhere because the matches would last minutes. Because I tried 4 or 5 times and they all had levers. And fair enough, you get in there and the dinkiest mob will just one tap you. So usually in normal games, like if someone's going down a whole bunch, people are going to leave in pub games. Like it's just what's going to happen, you know. But it's, even though it's hard, it's not that hard to stay alive. Like it's a hard game. You'll go down in bosses, but the dinkiest, you know, John, because I know you're more familiar with the game. When I say dinky boss, I mean like those skinny skeleton guys, right? That like you go and they fall over. Those guys get a hold of you. Like I went down. I'm like, how are these guys killing me? And then people are doing their old tactics where they're trying to do like ever jails and stuff like that, and just going down, down, down after down, getting reamed. So it broke my. It did it. It broke my spirit. I was like, "F this." I'm out.
Damn, dude.
Like it was just the people leaving is what really did it for me. But honestly, I kind of didn't blame them because when you're dying so much, like rezzing people's, it takes up attacks. It's a pain in the ass to res people, honestly. So people usually don't mind when you're doing in tough boss fights. They'll come and res you. But like if we're going down to like just normal monsters, like we'll never hit the levels we need to beat anything on the bosses. So it was pretty dispiriting. I may try it again. I really love this game. The new challenge is exciting. But it broke me. They made it too hard. And yeah, so I think this is going to appeal to a small percentage of players that just love FromSoft and love Elden Ring. So
yeah, there's got to be somebody out there pining for the next hard level, layer, whatever. You know.
I mean, I think they just want to keep people playing. I know there's DLC coming and there'll be new heroes and stuff like that. But people were asking for more because the player base that does enjoy it. Like I haven't killed all the Everdark bosses, but like I've gotten half of them, and you know there wasn't much different about the Everdark bosses. They're just harder versions of the bosses. The levels were pretty much the same. But I think it's like you're kind of happy. It's like, oh, it's still challenging, but I've mastered the challenge, and that's enjoyable, right? Like I'm not trying to be a masochist here. Like so, this new mode feels a little bit like good gravy, like almost no thank you, at least for me. It's like I need a balance. It's just I think one of the things about the meta for it is just going to be taking relics that increase defenses might be the way to go. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. But it killed my interest completely. I was like, this is too hard. Not worth the time. Too many games to play.
Yeah.
Out from that, I'll be quick with the rest. We played Void Crew. Scott was supposed to join us, but he was busy, and I pinged.
I moved my mom into a special care center that day, and it turns out that's a lot of work, and it got stuck there doing that.
Well, moving is big. You know, moving's a big thing.
I really wanted to play. I would have traded it if I could have.
Everyone was looking forward to both of you being there because, like I said, there's 50-50 for both of you. But I know you're the one that committed. But I thought there was a small chance John might join too. Up to 6 players in this game. But I don't know. We might be ditching Void Crew because this jump ship game is like apparently good, and even there we're talking about it a little bit. I just think it's just a question of if Mike gets irritated because we, you know. That group generally doesn't blow money on games like we do or has access to generous patrons who provide us with games. So we just bought a new game last week. I'm just bracing for that. We just bought a game. Why don't we play the game we bought conversation? And we'll see how that shakes out. But Jump Ship does look like it might be better than Void Crew. But the one thing Void Crew has going for it is up to 6 players, and that excited me. So we'll see. Right now, the plan, I think, is for more Void Crew. We're getting a little better at it, and it's fun. That's all there is to say. I said all I need to say last week.
All right, there you go. And what's going on? Anything in WoW you want to mention? World of Warcraft?
Yeah, I'm just mentioning that, you know, we're still playing it. We're still doing Heroic Raid. We got 2 more bosses to go. I think after this at 9:00, that's Raid. I don't know what kind of shape I'm going to be in. Raid.
Me and John know what kind of shape you're going to be in. You're going to be in some rough shape.
I mean, I think he's gotten better as the show's gone on. When we first started, he was about a discussion behind on everything.
Yeah.
Like, we would be on subject B, and he'd be reacting to what we were talking about on A. So now you can. Right now we can have a dialogue with him, which is that's an improvement.
It is an improvement, yeah.
But like I'm like holding it together. As soon as the show's done, like I'm going to sit in my comfy chair behind me and hopefully not fall asleep.
Yeah. Good luck, Core Within tonight. Beau may or may not be there entirely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to a very quick voicemail before we get out of here. We also have a mashup today. It's an old one and a fun one. We're going to play that in a second. But this voicemail came to us, and I just thought it was so nice I had to play it.
That's a good question.
Now, I've had this for a while. I missed it for some reason, forgot to put it in the show's rotation. So to this person, I say, sorry you had to wait so long to hear this, but it was really, really nice. So I'm going to play it. Here it is.
Hey guys, just wanted to express my 1,000% appreciation for everything that you do. I love Core. If you guys recorded 9 hours a week of content, I would gobble it up somehow between everything. Really, really enjoy the banter, the approach, the playing no video games 1 week and then playing a bunch of random shit the next week or whatever it is. I don't have to cuss on this. I enjoy Core in general. I've been a listener of everything, Scott, you have put out for, I don't know, a decade or something, just a ridiculous amount of time. And I probably sound and talk a little bit like you in my everyday life because I listen and have heard so much of you throughout the years. I even, check this out, I even got my wife. It's the one thing that her and I do or listen to or consume the same thing of is the morning stream. And I got her in early when we were dating and she became my wife. So I'm going to say that it was the morning stream's full responsibility that we got married even so. So thank you for everything you guys do and have a great week.
All right. 9 hours of Core. What do you think? What do you want to do? You want to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but half of it has to be paywalled.
Well,
You
what we,
start doing like these other podcasters. You want to hear the rest? Join our Patreon.
that's right. You want 4 more hours of this every week? Guess what? Got to figure out a way to get
That
there
was one
financially.
of the questions during the John show was what's the Patreon level for 2 cores a week?
Yeah.
And I said they had to ask you. And if you don't know what the John show is, I'm sorry.
You have
I've
to
thought
come
about
here
this a
live.
lot.
Yeah.
I thought about this a lot because I even struggle with coming up with topics because everything I think of, I'm like, I just want to talk about it with the boys. Like, I don't want to talk about it solo.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, everything I think of talking about it solo, I'm like, is this even a good idea? Like, I wanted to, there's like, as the world of simulation, I was like, that's interesting. And then we can relate it to video games. And I'm like, I am not qualified to talk about this. Like, at least if we bring it up here, we can make jokes and you can be like, you said stupid. And it's funny.
Yeah.
But if I'm just talking about it by myself, I'm like, I just feel like an idiot. Like Magic, thank God I know things about Magic. So when I did the Magic episode, I'm like, okay, I know this is my wheelhouse, right? But like anything that isn't Magic, Heroes, and maybe like a couple other games is like, it's tough. It's tough. I'm not like, this is what I'm an expert in is like very specific video games. Otherwise I'm basically out of my wheel.
Sure. Sure.
It turns out the difference between mindfulness and madness is 2 friends to share it.
There you go. I mean, that's
Exactly.
that sounds wise for some reason, even though it's kind of based on nothing. But I like
Imagine
it.
I put an episode where we're like, they're peeing in Coke. We all drinking. Like, I need people to keep me in check a little bit.
Urea. Yeah, the Urea episode was a fantastic episode.
And so on that note,
Yeah.
part of the thing too about doing the show, we do 3 hours, which is a lot, man. Like, a lot of podcasts don't do 3 hours.
Well, if
And
you count pre-show, 3 hours, 57 minutes today.
if they do 3 hours or 4 hours, they're not people that see each other every week. Like, it's like I'm interviewing this person. And so you're like, you're interviewing like the inventor of the C++ programming language. I got 3 hours to listen to you go on. That's awesome. We talk to each other every week, including like sending each other shit posts in Discord.
Oh, all the time.
And
Yeah.
in the core Discord. So it's also the fact that it's the same, not the same shit, but it's been 10 years and we all know each other. So it's like, I like building up a little bit of like shit that happens so that it makes for 4 hours. I don't know if enough shit happens that we could do it twice a week. I'm not saying no to the idea. I just think like
double that Patreon. We'll
We
talk.
couldn't double it in the form of video game news. There would definitely, it would have to be, this is like pre-show stuff. Like, we're going to talk about movies. We're going to talk about other stuff.
We'd have to expand into like reviewing toilet paper or something like that, like as an example.
Yeah, which is going to be a problem because 2 of us use bidets and 1 of us uses a shower or a lake.
I use nature's bidet, or not really, but
I don't want to freak you guys out.
Bidet.
I just did a little bit of math. Our first episode, this thing right here. Let me play this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening right now. Hold on. Okay, here we go. This is what it was. I'll skip ahead a little.
This. Of this game. And it was going to happen sometime.
All right. So basically, this was our 2-minute and 21-second trailer we did. That was 10 years ago tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we're at 10th anniversary.
Yeah, we didn't do anything to plan or celebrate.
Episode 1, not the advertisement. What's
episode 1 is on the 26th, so just 6 days later. What day is that of the week?
Celebrating our 10th anniversary, right?
Yeah, let's see. September 26, 2015. That would be, what day is that next week? Is it Thursday? No, it's Friday next week. So next week's show on Thursday, the 25th, we will be a day away from 10 years.
Good Lord.
If we don't plan anything, I think we still have to, like, obviously.
We'll acknowledge it. I mean,
like, I remember, like, when you did, like, what was it, Instance 300 or every 100, it used to be a big to do.
Yeah.
People would say, we love your show.
But eventually, it was just like
after 50 of those, I know you got sick of it, right? And I understand. Like, it's extra effort, and it's just people glazing you. As the recipient, it's like, okay, like, how egotistical do I need to be every 100 episodes? Can people celebrate my show? Like, let's just have a normal show.
Yeah.
But 10 years, a decade.
It's a big deal, man.
Of meeting on the Zoom or whatever, Skype. I think we started on Skype.
We started on Skype, yeah.
Meeting online to, like, just talk about stuff and play video games together.
Weird, right? Crazy.
That's an arc. That's a segment. That's a big chunk of our lives spent doing this.
I agree. It is one. If I live to be 80, that'll be 1/8 of my life spent with you guys. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's big deal.
Wait, is that the right math? 80, 1/8.
It's an eighth. Yes.
Yeah, an eighth.
8 divisions of 10.
Of 10. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, but that's
Scott,
a lot.
The confidence you wade into the waters of math.
I usually go in very nervous, so this is very unusual for me.
If we got any of the math wrong, 10hams.com?
10hams.com. Yep.
Yeah.
Is it 10 or TEN?
It's TEN. I think it's both. Yeah, you can do either one because everybody
Some of our generous patrons have donated all the different variations.
We got like 8 URLs owned by 8 different people, and they all go to the same place. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
It's like it's not like we're Amazon or something.
It's very, very stupid. But if you want to leave a voicemail or a text, you can use that line, 10hams.com, or you can email us, talktothecore@gmail.com. And I have this mashup to play from Jamie. This is a 2-minute, 39-second mashup. It's a 2022 throwback, guys.
Oh, boy.
It's called Nerd Body Count. I don't know who said it.
Well, I'm going to assume it's Scott because we've done a Beau, we've done a John, and I'm metagaming, and I'll say it's Scott's turn.
I'll say, you know what? I think I agree with you. I'm going to say it's me. But we may be wrong. I don't know. I haven't checked it yet.
I'll say it's Scott, too. Yeah, I'll go with the group's wisdom on this one.
I didn't preview it, so we're about to find out. Here we go.
I don't remember how the ending part goes.
Today, before the show, freaking beat it.
Hey,
Beau, hello.
Congrats.
Or Torment being really good. I should one day go back and finish it so I can say I started it in 1998 and then finished it in 2022. Thinking I
You
might
beat a
try
lot of games if you just install games you've already beaten and load up your last save and go, do the last 5 minutes and call it a day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Brian Ibbott. I mean this not in a negative way because Peter Parker could show up at his house, poop on the floor in front of his door, and say, Brian, please rub your face in my Peter Parker poop, and he'd do it.
My feeling is that it counts.
Of course it counts. 100%.
My feeling is that it does count to go back and tie up loose ends. And
there's no reason.
Had you ever beaten it before?
No. What does it matter?
Okay. It does a little bit.
No, it doesn't at all. You have it completed or you don't have it completed. Those are the two states, which is annoying because if you're going to have a cool,
You better pull it out once in a while.
Be a good little tot.
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 Oh, tot.
What'd you think, Todd? Is that your
Top.
name? Top.
Like, BDSM talk. Like,
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
What?
gee, I was like,
Be a good little
like,
top.
like a spinning toy. But I was like, no, like bondage.
That's hilarious.
one good turn deserves another, John. Are there any incomplete games? If this is going to turn into a competition,
I've got so many games finished this year. I just, I need to slow
Nothing
down.
but-
Scott's
nothing but
gotta catch
completion.
up.
what's your number at?
I don't remember, but considering I've now finished my 8th Final Fantasy in a row, I don't think that's all been this
Those
year.
were
but
all
there's
this
been-
year?
And that's just the Final Fantasy series.
So that's
It's
great.
2023. Sorry, I forgot what an innocent top is. In 1980s, I would have been a toy, but like in 2023,
Yeah, no, very
it's
different.
all BDSM all day, I
Yeah,
guess.
after Orc Massage, nothing's the same. Now, let me ask you this. Had I restarted a brand new save in Origins, which is the game I beat, that would count more in your book than
That
if-
would definitely count. I think this probably counts, but I feel like, there's an asterisk next to it.
Why, though? It's still, the goal is completion. There's no rules about how much time did it take you. You started it at some point, you played it, you had a gap, then you played more, and then you beat it. That's still beating it.
This is like nerd body count. Like how many people
Beau,
you slept with
shit.
and what counts as sleeping with.
yeah.
Except it involves completing video games.
Damn it. It was Beau. He threw a curveball. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
That said 2022 in the thing, but we said 2023 in the discussion.
Yeah.
So now I'm confused.
Yeah, although it's entirely possible I got the year wrong when I was talking. So it doesn't really confirm much.
I
I don't
hadn't, I
think.
hadn't considered that. But wait, did we ever resolve this issue? If you start a game in the 90s and finish it in the 2000s, does that count as
This
finishing
is
a
the
game?
funniest part of this mashup this week is John's insistence on asterisks and obeyance of the rules about finishing games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I think John
I
probably
agree
is
with
the
myself. I think it counts, but let's not pretend like, oh, I'm a master of finishing video games. I loaded up something and watched the credits. Fancy me. Like,
No, you're right. It deserves context. Context is
Also, like,
yeah.
Scott never put in the effort to do any of the exceptions he was talking about.
No, I didn't.
So
But, the
litigating
game,
it.
but what was the
is
game we were
not
talking about?
beyond-
Origins. What were we talking about? What was Origins? Something Origins?
Assassin's
Dragon?
Creed, I'm sure.
Oh, Assassin's Creed Origins, right. Yep, that's the game. So I started that game in 2012, 13, whatever it was. And then I beat it a couple years ago on the same save. That was the thing. And it did feel like a satisfying through line for me. But in retrospect, I think I agree with John that if you were going to put this in some sort of book and say, here are the games you've finished, it would be weird not to include context that I beat this in 2022 or 3, but I started it in 2012 or whatever it was, and then fell off for all those years. I think that's fair.
Yeah. I think when we talk about the games we finished each year, there's something of an expectation that it's a game we started and finished in the year.
I agree.
And so I still think you beat it this year, right?
Right. Or that year,
Congratulations.
but, yeah.
But you should at least say but this was going off of an old save.
Yeah.
I just finished it.
For sure. If I beat Tsushima this year, which I really would like to do, so I can put this to bed, that means I've started a new save and finished it in the same year. That one would count as
No
just
asterisk.
no asterisk. But if it was on my old PS5 save from launch date of 2017 or whatever, wherever that was, 2020, I guess is when the PS5 version was out. But from then until then, waiting until, big chunks of time in between, I would probably have to asterisk that.
Yeah. Although at this point, that would be more impressive because you've made it further on the current one than you were on that one. Even though you said back in the day, you're like, I'm so close to finishing.
I really thought I was.
I'm basically at the ending, and you were at the end of Act 1
I know.
of 3.
I know.
Like, you almost finished the first third of the game.
I think that says
You're like,
says two
I'm
things.
almost done.
One, it says two things. One, I was being an idiot about that. But two, that is a long ass game, and that first act is long. It felt like a full game in some ways, but then I lost track, and who knows? I'm gonna beat it. All right, I am.
Yeah, we know you said you
I
liked
said
it
I
a
would.
lot on that.
The game rocks. It's really good. I just need to beat it. But for now, it still burns. All right, let's move on to some patrons. Now, when you guys send these in and you sign up, and we thank you no matter who you are, we're now to the point where I can see these coming a mile away. The last couple of weeks.
Thank you to Randy.
Randy who? Pitchford?
Pitchford.
Oh, I'm
He's a
sure
patron.
he hasn't written in a
We
while.
thank him as well, even though we were pretty mean to him.
Well, you told him you weren't going to read any more of his stuff. So you
Yeah,
didn't
it
need
worked.
to
He
call in.
didn't. He stopped. So I guess I did. Yeah, I put that guy to bed.
Just say the person's name, Scott.
All right, Barry McCocken. Sorry, let me do that again. Barry McCockiner. Barry
What else did you do?
Also, so whoever
Is there
that
a Barry
is.
McCockiner?
Yeah, exactly. So huge thanks to Barry here, who I'm sure that is their real name.
Barry.
And then Alex B. A normal name, no issues, no weirdness, just Alex B. And Barry McCockiner.
It shouldn't be funny. It's so juvenile.
I know it's so dumb, but I love it. I love you
What a
guys.
thing to bury.
I love that you guys try, and some ways you succeed. Look, these people are going to get no commercials ever. They're going to get pre-show content every week. They're going to get monthly art in the mail, host specials, all kinds of fun stuff. And hell, if they're the impetus, like Randy Pitchford has enough money, and if Zuckerberg's really listening, they got enough money to like triple our Patreon. They do that. We'll become the core factory here. All right, we'll do it.
Core content all week.
All week. It'll be the focus. It'll be everything. But I just I don't see any of that happening. Let us know though, Zuck and the other guy, Randy Pitchford.
Yeah, Beau will come and demo Core in VR.
Yeah. What if he says Borderlands, but he calls you Boar? What if that happened?
Boar Schwartz.
Yeah, Boar Schwartz. Because he doesn't know how to say Borderlands, but he can't say Beau. You know what I'm saying? He'll flip it.
Yeah, flip it. I don't know, man. I don't like to be too sensitive about my name, but I kind of am.
I like your name. You have a great
It's
name.
Beau. It's
Yeah.
not.
It's not the Schwartz part.
Even like it's weird because like sometimes in comments, there's some people that write the name Beau, even though it's spelled.
all the
They're
time.
clearly listeners of the show, and it's all over the place. And I'm like, that is not my name.
Mm-hmm.
But I try not to be like. It's like I don't want to be that precious about it, but I kind of am.
I get it. Look, it's your only name. I get it.
There are people who direct reply to me in Discord where they have to see my name to reply to it, and they still spell my name.
They still do it wrong. Yeah, Johan.
Yep, Jahan.
Well, speaking of Johan, I never said it, patreon.com/core show. That's important. If you're going to support us, go there. And our website is core.show. Yeah, start using that new URL because cool stuff's coming. All right?
Core.show.
Can't talk about it yet, but it's coming. Core.show. Maybe that'll help us double. I don't know. That'll do it for us. Big thanks, everybody, for listening. Let's hand the microphone to Grandma so she can tell us the games we played in case you all forgot.
Well, it's been a while, so you probably don't remember the games they played. These are them. It's Borderlands 4. Borderlands 4. No Man's Sky. Town to City. Cash Cleaner Simulator. Scott also talked about Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age, and he also talked about Fumes.
Yep.
That's a game, not just, gas.
What you huff. Yeah.
John played No, I'm Not a Human. Beau played Hollow Knight, Silksong, Elden Ring, Neightreign, Void Crew, and World of Warcraft.
Nice.
If you can believe it.
I know. It's amazing in the year 2025.
Also, for the video listeners, before we take off, this is the last week I'm doing eyebrows. I'm retiring my eyebrows.
Oh,
The
you're...
eyebrows
joke-
bit is done. Look, they're gone.
I don't
The
even...
joke's getting old. I don't even know if people understand the joke.
I don't either. We've
Joke
never really...
eyebrows for 5 episodes, and
We've never brought too
I don't
much
think it's
attention
funny
to
yet.
it, you know?
don't think it's funny anymore. So it's just, for some reason in Zoom, they're like, what if you wanted to have weird eyebrows? And I'm like, I think I might be the only person that used this feature.
Yeah, you're the only one.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that you did it for as long as you did.
I'm sick of it.
Be
So,
here next
goodbye.
week when Beau decides what to do with his screen next. That'll do it for us. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you next week for a brand new core on the day before our 10-year anniversary. We'll see you then.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
I'm here to kill chaos.
There you go.